This program is brought to you care of the following sponsors.
It's a wrong road. Echo when they're getting newborns. Body stronger. The farther on you go. Thought I knew you. But can't never say I knew me. That sorry shadow I could turn out to be. Sometimes I cannot. Just can't understand where my head is at. Oh, what my heart is saying. All throughout the struggle, sometimes I feel I can't shake the habit. I just can't wake up. But I know in the end, I'll be the chill. 'Cause the road will go on with me always out. Making no compromise. Fighting for a better life.
Persona 4 Arena!
And we're back to Persona 4! But now we're in Persona 4 Arena, and if you don't know why, go back and watch the video on demand of the last streaming session where we basically finished Persona 4 Golden. So here's the thing. I haven't played this since I last played it. And it turns out that the story mode has a lot of fucking story in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play some arcade mode. Just to get used to things, and so that there's a little more action. And then we'll get back to story mode.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Also, in case you don't know,
This place exists between dream and
shut up,
reality,
Igor.
mind and matter.
So in case you don't know, fucking shut up,
Why don't you
Igor.
Introduce yourself.
Jesus. So, Persona 4 Arena has quite a few characters, but this is Persona 4 Arena Ultimate, which has a lot of them. So
The
we've got
persona you have acquired. It
Labris,
is a side of you that
Mitsuru
shows itself
Kirijo,
when you face the world
Aigis,
around you.
Naoto
Perhaps
Shirogane,
you can think of it
Yukiko
as
Amagi,
a
Yu
solid
Narukami,
determination you wear
Elizabeth,
to face various difficulties in life.
Yosuke Hanamura, Chie Satonaka, Kanji Tatsumi, Teddy, Akihiko Sanada, and Asterius, or Shadow Labris. So, yeah, some of those characters are actually from Persona 3, which is
Picture in
super
your head
interesting.
Your own appearance as well
Oh my
as
God,
your alter
why?
ego, your
Why?
persona.
Those colors
Very
are all
well.
awful. Also, I found out that the same people that made this game,
Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, you Narukami!
What? Sister Complex Kingpin?
I found out that the people that made this game made either Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear. I think it was Blaze Blue, which is pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, the much anticipated battle tournament has finally begun.
I don't care about any of this. I'm just gonna fight. The beast in here. Okay.
Beast 10 has been unleashed.
I'm over here. Oh,
Their movement seems slower than that.
Okay.
Who will break the stalemate? Dead on.
Boom.
Can they defend against such an intense assault? This is turning into an awakening. Will this turn the tables? Will they push on through? Overwhelming.
I'm trying to remember how to do things.
Yikes, they're shocked and can't move. Not bad at all. A truly stunning victory.
Also, this is really loud for me. Yeah, we'll worry about it later.
It's a new round. You're completely alone.
Oh boy.
You're unstoppable.
Persona.
Reverse. This match is still up in the air.
Okay.
Looks like this fight is getting serious. One side
No!
but can it last?
Do it!
Persona.
The opponent's still standing. Has the battle been decided? Is the opponent cornered? Ooh, this is turning into round.
Oh boy.
Astounding persistence. You're cornered now.
I don't remember how to burst.
Ouch! The tables are about to go over. This can't be! Such total reversal.
Okay.
What a miraculous victory!
You're so cruel, Sensei! You didn't have to hit me like you meant it!
But you're
Sorry,
the one
Teddy.
who challenged me.
And who is that imposter? The real Teddy is so...
We're gonna skip all the story stuff in arcade mode just because.
What a shocking finish!
Set the next round. Am I gonna have to fight more of my friends soon?
Well, we finished Persona 4 Golden. Basically, we haven't done the epilogue yet, but that's because it's far in the future.
Game 2!
So now we're playing Persona 4 Arena.
Yukiko Magi!
And I'm trying to remember how to play the game because I played it for like an hour last time. And that was like 50 minutes of story and 10 minutes of fight. DOB
Game 2 will
1994.
now begin!
My win will do wonders to promote Yamagi in.
Yukiko, that's not a good way to promote it.
Round 1. Fight!
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are
Alright.
taking the stage!
Big Gamble. Raging Lion. Overhead Jumping Strike. Swiss Strike. Zeo, Zidane, Cross Slash. Ooh. Nice.
What a one-sided battle! Is it over already?
What else can we do? Do. Oh crap. Oh crap.
One side has the lead. This is it. This is quite a bloodbath. Will this be able to turn the tide? Critical hit connected.
Oh crap.
Will they push on through? That one hit home.
Boom.
That didn't work out. Were they too impatient?
I feel really bad about kicking the shit out of Yukiko.
Are you ready for the next round? It seems one side is beginning to dominate. Persona! Ultimate Team sees the match. What a quick start! Looks like we're finally on a roll. An awakening. This won't be easy. The opponent's still standing.
Alright, I feel like I've got a better feel for this now.
Has the battle been decided? Let's comeback.
Boom!
Momentum?
That's a win for me.
How unfortunate. Better luck next time.
Alright.
Is anyone surprised by the results?
Have they lost their minds? It seems like they go back to normal after they're defeated.
Alright, we're gonna quit. Well, we're gonna do one more fight and then we'll quit out of this and get back to story.
Here
Spunky dragon with deadly legs.
It's just getting started!
Birthday July 30th.
Next is game 3. Let's get hyped. Yuku, I'll show you the results of my training.
Chie! It's no good. He's not listening.
Round 1.
Behold Chie-senpai's
Holy crap.
Nice
super
shot.
style. Another rush. The opponent really
I'll just keep doing that if you...
looks like they're finally
Nice
getting
shot.
serious. What's this? Mark down if they're losing this battle. That looks like it hurt.
Okay. Dunk.
Not bad at all. A truly stunning victory.
Alright, I think I got a handle on this now. Like, I know how to do things that are kind of a little more stylish than anything.
You're leading out. Good job. Got that. You're unstoppable. Oh,
Nice
what
shot.
an amazing first strike.
Strike true.
Will this turn the table?
Holy crap.
Not enough.
Overwhelming
Nice try.
force. Who knew?
Nice shot.
Has the battle been decided? Not bad.
Persona. Easy enough.
Double kick. The opponent's still standing. Such a wuss.
That's a win for me.
Oh my. Big loss.
Alright. I think I got a handle on this
What
now.
a shocking finish!
Where is that fake Teddy? Why is he doing this?
Alright, so we'll stop this and we'll get back to story mode. Now that I know what I'm doing, we can go through the story mode and possibly kick the shit out of people. I've also found out that the story mode for multiple characters is not required. Also, it's a mirror match. Interesting.
Here we are. Game number 4.
Round 1.
Event for today is about to
So, the story mode for all the characters is absolutely not required. In fact, the story mode for the first 4 characters is basically the same. It just changed who wins. So,
This place exists between
Yukiko,
dream and
Yosuke,
reality,
and Chie
and matter.
all have the same stories.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Shut up. And then once you finish one of their stories, it unlocks 2 more characters that have a similar story. And then when you finish that story, it unlocks 3 characters that have a similar story. And then when you finish that story with one character, shut up.
Control one's own heart.
Um,
And the heart is
it
strengthened
unlocks
through bond.
the finale.
As
So
you
we don't
form
have to
bonds by
play
becoming
through
involved very
everything,
well.
which is great. The story in this is that we came back for Golden Week, and shit's going down. In any case, I needed to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature, her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this. Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Calling me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it
Promise
then.
me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody.
How the fuck am I gonna do that?
This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President
It's
continues.
tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh? Oh, sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm still slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight? Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her
What
eyes.
if you had to kill each other?
Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. Caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that. A slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway. Ow.
What are you doing?
There's a wall here! I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I'd relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into, so that must be the case. As I'd imagined, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. Entrance leading into the school building is ahead of us, but perhaps worst of all is that the wall I just walked into is blocking me from reaching here. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same could be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall has formed where I had just passed and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. Means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. Looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay, so who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends? Hee-hee! Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
It's going to be Chie. You know it's going to be Chie. The general doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see? 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I'd felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko, too. But as they say, the third time's the charm. I have to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decide that the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend.
Okay, it's already
I
starting.
mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to keep killing over and over.
Whoa,
all
what?
Because of you humans!
Wait a second. Now, this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh, right. Carnival, was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts. I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasugami High be harboring? Now's not the time. No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between
Let's
us.
do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Risei's voice echoes through the area as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time?
I'm pretty sure I flawless victoried last round,
Let's
so...
get this show on the road. Ready?
Let's do a different one. Sure. Let's fight.
Finally.
Behold, Chie Senpai's atomic kung fu style.
Nice shot.
A tremendous blow already. This is good. No! Oh, time for attack! No! Oh, wow! Please, first right. This won't be that easy. I am a dragon.
Nice shot.
Okay, not bad. Has the battle been decided?
Boom! All done.
A round of applause for both sides.
Come on, Chie, you're stronger than that. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering this is my 3rd time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
General Teddy has seen that the fight's ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came to the TV with and none of them are hurt. That's all. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe, and then we'll be able to go home. Walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. Man, you were no challenge at all. Are you alright?
I think so.
So I also looked it up. The dialogue choices don't matter for Yu's story. They can matter in everybody else's, because that can lead you to a joke ending.
Man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this
So
point.
the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me. Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case, but Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name...
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange a question, is it? For some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. Sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another. I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Okay. Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside. What power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way.
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change directions and lands at a full run.
Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President Sad's voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask Chie if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, "Let me worry about that." I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well, but if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. First, I think that this is a dead end. I realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight. And this probably means... I brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me?
Rise?
Please answer me!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
There is no answer. Communication has been cut off. Has something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona's power to tell us the truth, but that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to
Pardon
hurry.
me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
Oh, shit! A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. Can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her... There's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints
I
connect.
didn't mean to startle you.
You're...
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
Question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? Well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from this subject. I clear my throat and try to start over.
Aida-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows.
She fights shadows? But how can she do that?
Does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another persona user outside of my group of friends, and a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all of this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories in the news of robots looking uncannily like real humans, but isn't something like this far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. Yup. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix. It's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her... I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I calm myself, then ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world.
What is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then... Of course, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember it's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I'd forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
General on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Aika-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. Aika-san seems to understand this as well, is staring at the monitor with quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I have nothing against you. but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Aiga-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but for some reason, having to hurt someone that I don't even know is tougher. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. What gives me the right to stop her on her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Aiga-san says this so quickly, it's as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither one of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better that if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aiga-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I silently ready my sword. Aiga-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
And here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Fun fact, this is the third time they've met. They just don't remember the first two because they happened in Persona Q and Persona Q2, and both of those involved losing their memories. Activation. The year 2000.
Final. Fight.
Superior, no!
Light damage!
Nice
No!
try.
Light damage!
No! Persona!
Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, she's got Palladion. I forgot about that. Okay.
Strike! My other self! No!
Okay.
Anti-air! Orgia mode, come no escape! That was hooked
Did she
on.
just activate Orgia mode? Fucking hell.
Scramble! Strike!
Damage! Light damage! Damage!
Severe impact!
Oof.
Fire!
Motor functions shutting down.
Okay, so here's the thing about Aigis. Aigis is in Persona 3. In Persona 3, she has this thing called Orgia mode, which allows her to, for 3 turns, become 3 times more powerful. After 3 turns, she then enters a cooldown phase for, I think it's 2 turns before she can actually do anything again. So either it ends the fight, or she gets the shit kicked out of her. The fact that she can just do it whenever the fuck she wants in battle is kind of scary. Also, I just realized that there's a whole studio above the classroom.
Now that's the sensei I know. That hunk of junk was no match for you. Serves you right. Keep suffering. Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other.
Machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. Angers me to see the general is watching over us with an expression of joy as if we were performers for his amusement. I look up and glare at the
I don't know why
monitor.
you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The general is having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense of copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I notice that the voice spitting out these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me. I was forced to fight against my will. I destroyed them with my own hands. You should all have to go through the hell I've suffered. See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend. If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on.
General on the monitor continues to
What
rage.
are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another, were those both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? As I'm considering raising my voice. Oh!
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
What the fuck are you doing here? Someone comes crashing through the ceiling! What in the world? I rush over to Aiga-san to protect her from the falling debris. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Aiga's, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why did you have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors! Makes no sense at all. I had been about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fiend? Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
What in the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing, it looks familiar. And with the silver hair and golden eyes? Could it be?
Are you from the Velvet Room?
My, is this what's known as being hit on?
No.
Forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay. So that actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her
Do you happen to
something.
know anyone by the name of Margaret?
That's her older sister.
Margaret.
When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I'd been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out exactly how to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right
No,
now.
actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth. Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place? That's confusing. Yeah, so Inaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. The girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly
Margaret
to me.
is indeed my sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. It seems that there are more people who call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl.
Why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Absolutely.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting in through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best just hold on and go along for the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and started to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have.
She wants to undo the Great Seal holding back Nyx, the avatar/god of death, so that she can get her guest back.
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
It's complicated.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
glue?
Flu? Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
I forgot how weird she is. She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear the sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth it to ask how she knew that I had that power, or where she found out about it. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
What? Someone please tell me how she reached that conclusion that this was a good idea? I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it, though. But, of course, I have to try. So I say... We're gonna fight?
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she must have some idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder, though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament, do the usual rules apply? Just as I think about this, Elizabeth-san taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens as if by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book with a blue light. I can't believe that this strange girl has such unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
All right. I won't be able to hold back.
To be honest, I was really only saying that in the hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast off my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth-san calmly begins the battle.
Let us do this. Your fate is in the cards.
So Elizabeth is a bonus boss in Persona 3, and just like the bonus boss in Persona 5, she is the hardest boss in the game. If you make yourself immune to all elements, she murders you instantly. Because fuck you and your immunity to elements.
Final. Fight!
Impressive. Impressive.
Izanagi!
Oh no. Persona 2.
Go!
The timing. Well done.
Play it!
Boom! Done! We don't need a bookmark. I fucked her up pretty good. Just when I thought I managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth-san gets back up elegantly as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. The next moment I'm swallowed into a torrent of power like a leaf being blown into the air without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun about. Before I can tell up from down, the floor jumps towards me and I'm slammed into the ground. Am I gonna lose? As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends and Aiga-san, all those who I had fought up against up until now. It's like that story that you see your life flash before your eyes just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? It's not over. I haven't lost yet. I can still fight. I've come so far. I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth-san shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to
I
move.
believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Aegis earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to confirm some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flute?
Flu? Chimneys. In any case, I am quite pleased.
Love that. Even after the battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth-san looks straight into my
May
eyes.
I ask you something? To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future. It is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret and Elizabeth-san's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth-san smiles at my answer. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point, and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
Well then, it's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Aiga-san getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Aiga-san doesn't seem to be very hurt, or damaged, or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easier on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal?
Aiga-san laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that? I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Aiga-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward. But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
I have no reason to say no. I look Aiga-san square in the eyes and nod reassuringly. And so, Aiga-san told me about her directive. And it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you, and she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her, my older sister. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
Tell me more about Labris, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately.
Aiga-san's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but that she really is no different from a human. As I'm listening to her, I think about what this means in my search for Labris. It's not helpful.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President be Labris?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Then there's no way that Miss President could be Labris. I could tell at first glance that Aiga-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. Never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Alright, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labris is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrug slightly. I don't want to be so grave. Aiga-san must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aiga-san a determined nod and run out of the classroom. Man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labris somewhere in here? If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junes food court. Yukiko seemed to be trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure the big bundle she was carrying was probably boxed lunches that she'd made. As to how they might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed them anyway. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over, and we would have brought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroku store, and maybe I could have made it to Suzai Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special croquettes. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Yomanaido bookstore. I'd have a steak bowl at Aya, hang out with the fox at the Tatsuhime Shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. The one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labris. And if they've truly brought Nanako back into the TV world...
They're not getting away from me.
As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down? True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Someone here? Again?
Reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Who has this many plans? All of that stuff takes like 30 minutes a pop. He's fine. He's only got 3 days for Golden Week, so... Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. Looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Margaret notices me looking in sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble, though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
New resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. It'd be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then...
If I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
Okay. As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president and a fake Teddy, my encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aiga-san searching for her sister Labris, the determination that I've gained through these constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? Do I have to fight her? Or is that the book or the TV continued point? Nope. We're still going. It seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Does this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice. That was Miss President's voice. It's coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. Open the door to the announcement room and rush inside. This is a really fucking nice announcement room.
Here. Hello, Sensei. Congratulations. How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
General smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai. You're late.
Hey, girlfriend. I have to stay cautious of the General, but I signaled to the girls that everything will be all right now. General is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. There's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
Around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. General's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the General extends the arm that was held behind him. There was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
Taking a step forward, I notice something bizarre. The General disappeared? For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The General had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me, without me noticing?
Bro.
I'm confused about the General's disappearance. Nanako weakly calls to me. Nanako's obviously been weakened by being in the TV world. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the General later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out to her, Rise yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes I saw madness.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. General suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako has disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai. It's all been him from the beginning. He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else.
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear.
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I realized that after all the battles I had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. General laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
It's just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights. Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. Appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But just as I thought, he couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during the tournament. Now that I know that, I push the General's cane away and jump back towards the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good. Now I'm between them and the General. Then I look straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Fine then. Here. Get a good look.
Gross. Oh, gross and creepy. Aha. Hi, Labris. Some power you got there. Nope. That is Shadow Labrys. Golden eyes mean shadow. Golden eyes mean shadow.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, ponytail, and a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me?
That's its true form. That thing is your shadow.
This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Rise tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. When Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world, the sense of wrongness that I'd had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends, the way she avoided telling me her name, that superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us, and the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces of the puzzle were laid out before me. They'd all come together, and now I can see the truth. She is indeed Labrys. Labrys, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created this school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories, all of this took the form of Labrys' shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
And God, I'm tired after fighting all my friends. Labrys only shivers when I call out to her. There had to be some reason why she believed she was the student council president. That was just a disguise, more for herself than for us. No matter how uncomfortable it is, or no matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
Call out to Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. And Persona 5 throws an additional wrinkle into that. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. Labrys continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. These clowns are so hopelessly naive.
Shadow laughs shrilly. Continues to smear more poison into Labrys' heart.
I wish I could have made him feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything. Although I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
Shadow's eyes gleam with a golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labrys' body. Instead of the normal human girl that had been there a moment ago, she has a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No! No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. There was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head. Everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. A reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees. Finally mutters the words I'd been dreading she'd say. To be continued! Okay, so that's one storyline down.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
So we've unlocked Teddy and Kanji.
Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
We don't have to do Chie, Yosuke and Yukiko, because their stories are basically the same as Yu's, with some slight differences. They just have joke endings based on the choices that you make.
The
But
persona you have
they eventually
acquired,
get to the same spots.
It is a side of you that shows itself
So,
when you face the world around
chat.
you.
Am I going to
Perhaps
play
you can
as
think of it as
Kanji or Teddy?
determination you wear to face various difficulties in life.
Kanji or Teddy? Kanji, Teddy. Kanji, Teddy. Kanji, Teddy. Kanji, Teddy. Kanji, Teddy. Which one? Tell me what to do, chat. Teddy? Really? I mean, I do like Teddy. Kanji though. Kanji though. Plus, I feel like Teddy's gonna be a joke fighter, and that all of his abilities are gonna be weird. Oh, we have a tie. One Teddy, one Kanji. Ooh, are we gonna have to flip a coin? I don't think I have a coin. Yeah. I'm persuaded. Change to Kanji. All right.
Very
Trust the
well.
life out of you.
Kanji it is. Second homeroom's over. I get the second homeroom's over. I get the hell out of there and go home. I can't stick around school when there's something super important I gotta do. Pretty sure I can run all the way to the shopping district without stopping if I force myself. Let's see. Ah!
Oh, you're home. Are you free to help out with the store for a bit?
Not now, Mom. I don't have time today. I'm busy.
Kanji? Oh, that...
Oh, I missed that. Oh well. That boy is always such a handful. Okay. Mom ducks back into the store without saying anything else. Good. Now I can grab all the tools I need in my room before I get back to the living room. This is even more important than helping Mom out. It has to do with Golden Week, which starts tomorrow. Check it out. My man Yu Senpai is coming back. My other senpai made fun of me for being so stoked that he's visiting for the holidays. Screw them. I can't help getting excited. So that's why I put together my little plan.
All right, time to get started. This is my second present for you, Senpai. I can't give him something half-assed. Got the plan for it all laid out perfect. Just gotta knit till my hands fall off.
This plan of mine, basically I'm going to give Yu Senpai one hell of a comeback gift. Which means I gotta give him something even better than the one I showed him before. He'll probably bring Nanako-chan along, so I gotta give him matching presents. Anyway, that's how my big crazy project to knit original stuffed animals started. I'm itching to get started. First, I gotta pick which yarn to use. Oh hey, I'm liking the color and texture of this one. I carefully catch the yarn in my hand with my crochet hook and start turning chains. Can't pull too hard or too soft on the yarn. Gotta relax a little and keep up a steady pace with the crocheting. Some people might say it's lame for a tough dude like me losing himself in crafting like this. Who cares? I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart that I love this shit. That's the truth, honest to God. Though it wasn't long ago that I was keeping this hobby a secret out of embarrassment. Hated people saying it wasn't manly, so I acted all tough and even got a bad reputation. Yu Senpai, he really snapped me out of it. I really owe that guy. There's no way I can ever thank him enough.
It's almost been a year since I met Senpai and the guys.
Wait. Oh yeah, and the I thought he meant like it's been a year since he's seen everybody. I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm turning on my fan. I'm hot. Okay. Just making sure that it's getting properly killed. Okay, cool. Wonder what would have happened if I never met him. My attention drifts over to the big screen TV. I can kind of see my face reflected in that black screen looking back at me. Thing is, I'd go inside there if I wanted. I mean, literally, sticking myself into the screen. On the other side of that screen is a completely different world. And no one but my friends would believe it.
It was so crazy.
I keep crocheting, thinking about everything that went down last year, how I got dragged into all of it. There was this serial murder thing that shook the whole town, and that led to me meeting Yu Senpai. Killer went after me too. I almost ended up one of the victims. I could have died. So anyway, the trick the culprit used was crazy. He was throwing people into TVs. That's how I found out about the other one. The world inside the TV is this dangerous place where these monsters called shadows live. If you don't have the force of will called the persona, you're boned. You senpai had that power, and he brought friends who had it too into the TV to save me. Can you believe that? He risked his life to come save me, a guy everyone wrote off as a no-good punk. We barely ever talked. Seriously, he's a hell of a man. Only 1 year older than me, too. Anyway, I begged with the senpai who saved me to join their group. I did my damnedest to help them with their thing, solving the murder case. It sure wasn't easy, but this spring we wrapped the whole thing up. I guess that about covers it. Huge freaking TV in our living room is a result of that case, in a way. When they switched to digital broadcast last year, I bugged my mom to get a big one. This is what she got. I thought it might come in handy for solving the case and stuff. Though, to be honest, I didn't get much use out of it.
The Midnight Channel doesn't come on anymore. I don't watch much TV in the first place.
Midnight Channel. When you look into a switched-off TV alone on a rainy midnight, something will appear. It sounds like a stupid rumor, but it was important in last year's case, so it's no joke. I stared at that TV every night when it rained until the case was over. Now that it is, nothing shows up on it, whether it drizzles or pours down buckets.
Okay, time to change yarn. Which color should I use next? Oh yeah, I had some frilly material left too. Oh, if I can work that in, the best color to go with it is... Wait! This is for senpai!
I love kanji. Gotta be careful. Almost forgot myself with how insanely awesome this is turning out. It's gonna be a welcome gift, but I still want to be happy with it. I can't cut any corners.
Any frills or lace for him? It's all about the shape. He won't know what hit him when he sees how cute this is. Ooh, it'll be like a punch to the gut.
Wonder what I'd be doing now if I hadn't met Senpai. Probably still picking fights for dumb reasons and making my mom apologize for me.
Everyone looked at me and called me a punk. Why, it caused Mom so much trouble. She ain't got nothing to do with all that.
Of course I do. You're my son. When will you ever come to see that?
What the... Shut up, you old hag! Quit sneaking up on me to listen!
Kanji Tatsumi, watch your mouth. And I did call to you. You just didn't hear me.
How much of that did you hear? Damn it.
Make sure not to work yourself too hard, all right, dear? Don't you have an important date with your friends tomorrow?
I know, Mom! And hey, I don't want to see you moving those shelves by yourself. That's how you threw your back out last time.
I'll remember, dear. Thank you.
Kanji mom, best mom. I don't know if she really gets it or not, but mom gives me a half-assed answer and goes back to the shop. Seriously though, it's dangerous for her to try doing everything on her own. Even cloth is heavy when you're carrying an armful. Can't she tell I'm crocheting in here and not in my room so I can help her out when she needs me? Wait, I guess there's no point to that if I'm concentrating too hard to notice her behind me.
Crap! Gotta get this done, even if I have to pull an all-nighter. Alright, I can do this.
That was the all-out attack sound.
So tired. Almost done, too. What the hell?
Damn, why am I so tired? Seriously, I don't know anymore. Welp.
Come on, cut me some slack, senpai. Huh? Did I fall asleep? Blanket. Must have been Mom. Damn it, I don't have time to waste sleeping.
Screw this. Toss away the blanket Mom put on me.
I guess I should thank her. I ended up not helping out at the shop, too.
I shake off the cobwebs while I fold the blanket. Would she be upstairs already by now? I stand by, ready to go upstairs, but then... Did you slip and fall into the TV? Yup, he sure the fuck did. God damn it. Fucking Kanji. What the hell just happened? I fell. It doesn't feel like I hit anything and nothing hurts. Just feels like I'm floating. There's nowhere to stand. It's like I'm falling, but not. I ought to be panicking, but I'm just really sleepy. I feel like I'm passing out. Damn it, I still haven't got enough sleep.
Kanji, if you're going to sleep, you should sleep in your room. You'll catch a cold. Hmm? Where did that boy go?
We'll put this here. Seeing other characters' thoughts is kind of funny.
Man, that was a great nap. Wait, huh? Am I outside? By the school? It's bright out. Is it morning already?
My head feels stuffy for some reason. I guess I was asleep, but I don't remember what happened before that. Huh? Was I really asleep? How come I'm outside? School bells ringing in the distance. Shit, was I on my way to school? Wait, I can't be all calm about it.
Crap, there's no one walking around. Does that mean I'm late?
I wouldn't have cared if I was late once or twice last year, but I'm paying the price now since my attendance record's pretty shaky this year. Being late and cutting class would be pretty bad. I hurry and get to my feet, but when I look around, I don't see my bag. Well, not like there's anything important in it. It can wait. Gotta hurry and get to the school gate.
Wait a second. I get back from school? Though, outside, got my uniform on and the sun's out. So I must have been on my way there.
Something's not right here, but I can't waste time. If the school gate shuts, I'll have to climb over and deal with the teachers. I ain't in the mood. Most of all, I'm already at the school gate, so I want to avoid being late. I barely squeaked through the gate and... What the f... I don't believe what I'm seeing. The school building looks totally different.
Yeah, what's this all about? A new school event or something?
There's all these weird decorations and posters everywhere. Plus this huge monitor for some reason. It's kind of like Culture Day, but this ain't that time of the year yet, right? Are they starting up some new festival? Kind of excited for a second, but...
Then again, school events always suck. I usually just ditch them. I gotta do something new. I wish it'd be like a competition to see who's the strongest man in the school.
Just when I said that, one of the biggest monitors in front of the school turned on by itself. Is this for a school announcement? I stopped walking and watched the monitor. But then...
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, you Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince! The unconquerable
This is still fucking hilarious.
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muscles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi!
Deep into realms of romance!
The body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
It's still fucking funny. I'm so shocked that I forget how to move. My jaw's practically on the floor. I mean, it's open so wide you could probably stuff a volleyball in my mouth.
What the hell? That was complete bullshit!
I'm starting to get pissed off.
What's a beefcake? Some kind of meatloaf or something?
I know there's no point complaining to a TV, but I can't help myself. What the hell was that about? When did someone make that?
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the wait. It's time to get our show started.
Huh? Is that Rise?
There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out. Tell us how you really feel. I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all. The mic's all yours.
You're all here now. I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix, featuring the manliest of all men.
P1 Grand Prix?
Featuring the manliest of all men. Are they seriously going to hold a tournament here at school to see who the strongest man is? That makes no sense at all. How can my wish come true all of a sudden? Why are Rise and Teddy acting like they're in charge? There's no way Ted could pull off something this crazy at school. Seriously, none of this makes any sense. Huh? Wait a second.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah. There's only one way this could happen.
This is just a dream.
Oh, their explanation makes sense. I was so sleepy, guess I couldn't avoid it.
That explains everything, from waking up outside the school to it being morning already. That's why my wish suddenly came true, too. Oh man, I am on fire today. Grand Prix to decide the strongest fighter, huh? That's not a bad dream at all. This is gonna be fun.
Feel a lot better now, knowing this ain't real. Looking around, I can see that apart from the weird decorations, the school's the same as ever.
Though I've never had a dream where I knew I was dreaming before, it's pretty damn realistic.
Man, if this is my dream, I would have thought the decorations would be cooler. It's still great, though.
The costume Ted's wearing ain't bad either. It's got kind of a different look going on. But of course it's impressive. This is my dream, after all.
If I can remember it after I wake up, it might be fun to make one like that for the real Ted.
It was lame, though. It's too much like what they showed on the Midnight Channel last year. Then this is only a dream. I'd be finished for sure if that actually got shown to me.
I sigh and then wince when a spotlight shines on me. Squinting against all brightness when the Ted on the monitor gives a big cheesy grin.
Ooh, looks like our first challenger is Kanji. Welcome! This battle to decide who's the manliest of all men is practically made for you.
Hell yeah, it is. You got that right.
I'm starting to get all fired up. Manliest of all men, huh? Sounds good to me.
All right, time to do this.
I believe Mayonaka Arena is Midnight
Well
Arena.
then, let's get this match underway. Your first opponent is Chie Satonaka.
Huh? What? Chie Satonaka? He means Chie-senpai? Are we going to decide who's strongest by fighting the ones who were on that video? Damn it, I didn't really think this through. I'm up against my senpai, huh? Even in a dream, that's going to be hard to deal with. Smoke pours out, making it hard to see. Just like they said, the one coming out of the smoke as it clears is one of my senpai.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka.
All right, here goes. I'm ready to rumble.
Wait, you're okay with what they said, Senpai? You don't care about that discarded womanhood stuff?
Come on, no need to be so uptight. It's normal for the P1.
Yeah, it phases you, huh?
Chie-senpai says so, I guess it's okay. This is my dream, right? Not anyone else's? Shit, if the real Chie-senpai found out I had a dream like this, she'd murder me. But this Chie-senpai doesn't seem like he cares at all about Rise and Ted insulting her. She shrugs a little and laughs
Don't
at me.
let that get to you, Kanji-kun. You've already established your legend yourself, right? The infamous delinquent who crushed a biker gang single-handedly. They even put you on TV for it.
Ooh, he doesn't like that.
Oh, wait, what are you getting at? It was back when I was in middle school.
Like Chie-senpai said, I did pick a fight with a biker gang and crushed them myself. Those dumbasses decided to hang out around my house every night, yelling their lungs out. First, I kept my cool, but they kept coming back every 2 days, and Mom got sick from not being able to sleep. When I went out to warn them, it turned into a war for some reason. Seriously, things sucked for a while after that. On the bright side, I got those assholes out of there. The cops started watching me, and my teachers were calling me out. In the end, I caused more trouble than I fixed for Mom. It was a disaster. I'd kind of rather just forget it already. Chie-senpai won't let it go.
So cool! Tough loners like you always have the scars to prove you're the real heroes of the dropouts.
I didn't do it to be cool or anything. Hell, it's not like I even wanted to deal with him. The rumors got out of hand because I kept my mouth shut about it.
They got out of hand, huh? Is that really what happened? Kanji-kun, have you ever honestly told anyone that you hate being misunderstood?
Have I what?
The hell is this? Where does Chie-senpai get off lecturing me? Ain't she being too harsh on me in my own dream? Chie-senpai sees me getting all flustered and goes in for the kill.
Oh, I get it. If you poured your heart out and still weren't understood, it'd be too much for you.
That ain't true!
I mean, what else can it be? You keep saying things like, all I need is people who understand the real me. But you look and act like nothing but a scary punk kid to everyone else. That's pushing people away from you. If you ask me, you're just avoiding the problem. And that's not very manly. I bet that stuff about wanting to protect your mom is all talk, too.
Oh, shit.
You leave my mom out of this! You trying to pick a fight with me?
Young man, don't think, feel. That's not what a real man is like. I'll bash some sense into you with my fists.
Chie-senpai makes some weird mantis-style martial pose. Oh, it is on now.
That's what this was all building up to? What was all that trash talk for? You could have just said that from the start. The point is, you're up for a fight, right? Then that's what I'll give you.
Let's get this heated battle between two men started.
Dude, it's pretty harsh.
This is all my dream. Does that mean it's actually how I feel? I really gotta keep this a secret from Chie-senpai when I wake up. I feel kind of guilty, but I can get ready for a fight. Here goes. Ah! Boop. It's chair time. Kanji is tall AF. Jesus.
Finally.
Chie-senpai's secret kung fu style.
Eat this! Gotcha! Stay out of this!
It seems one side is beginning. They're shocked and can't move. How will it end?
Ah, I'm slow. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. An anti-air throw. Okay. Cruel attack. Oh, that costs HP. Oof. The Man Series, Brofist. Burn to a crisp. Only when awakened. Wow, getting my butt kicked. Get out of that corner. And the chair hits her. Fucking hell. That was awesome. Throw the chair, kick her, beat her down, and then the chair hits her. Fucking hell. That's the Chie-senpai I know. Even in a dream, every single one of her kicks was brutal. Felt like I was fighting her for real. Still, though, now she's out cold on the ground. This may be a dream, but I might have gone too far.
Weird, though. I can even summon my persona? It's like I'm in the TV world. This is one detailed dream.
Oh, God, Kanji.
Good job, Kanji. Keep it up. You're a step closer to becoming the manliest of all men. Keep mowing down the friends lined up before you and race towards becoming the strongest man.
The manliest and strongest of all men.
That's gonna be me. Bring it on!
Ted on the screen seems pretty happy about this for some reason. What kind of man would I be if I didn't step up? Rise cheers me on over the PA system as I step into the school building. It's like round 2 is going to be held somewhere else. Alright, I'll go wherever I gotta to claim my title as the strongest man. Jesus Christ, he beat her so hard she's unconscious? He's gonna feel bad about that later. Ted and Rise don't say anything while I head over to the next stage, so it's pretty quiet. Man, I ought to be able to teleport there in a dream. Guess you can't get everything how you want it. With no one to talk to, I think back to what Chie-senpai was talking about.
Stuff Chie-senpai said is really bugging me.
Getting turned into this legend for crushing that biker gang made people look at me a certain way. Got to the point where I was used to it. It seemed easier to just let it build rather than set the record straight. That's what I thought until I met my senpai last year. Thought I was past it, but having it pointed out like that again gives me a weird feeling in my chest.
Damn it. I thought I was over this.
Ugh. Why am I getting so bent out of shape over some strongman contest in my dreams? I gotta go a little faster to shake it off and then... Oh, that's a wall.
What the hell? What's this? There's nothing here, but I can't get through.
Because I wasn't looking and hit my head on a wall. Wait, no. There's nothing here. What the... I did bang my head on something just now, right? Then what the hell did I hit? Try and take another step forward, but...
Ow! Damn it, what's with this? Some kind of invisible wall? What's this doing in my dream?
Sure, invisible walls are the kind of thing you find in a dream, but still. Well, knowing about it won't make it go away, and it's not given when I push at it. If I can't keep going even when I can see a path, does that mean I gotta find another way?
Where am I supposed to go, though?
Ugh, sucks. Ted and Rise should have told me where I needed to go. Guess I'll better turn around and find another path. Wait, is there someone calling me?
Hey, Kanji-kun!
Huh? Some girl I don't know is running up to me. What the hell? Why is someone I don't know here in my dream?
Who are you?
Girl glares at me, but I still have no idea who she is. She's not anyone I know. Is she?
Do I know you?
What are you talking about? I sure hope you remember your own student council president.
Student council president?
Why would I know our student council president? That's like the complete opposite of me. And again, this is a small school. I guess it's possible she remembered passing me somewhere or something like that. They held elections not too long ago. Is that it? Damn it.
Why would I dream the student council president would show up during this awesome tournament?
Excuse me? What are you mumbling about?
Not.
There's no point in complaining in my dream.
Seriously, what's all this fuss about? Everyone's going nuts over it. This so-called P1 Grand Prix's gotten way out of hand. What the heck do you think school's about, huh?
I don't get why you're bitching about it to me. Oh, but then again, is this my fault?
You're that Emperor Entry, ain't ya? Of course it's partly your fault if you signed up. You see now the kind of problem you caused.
I'm not good at this. Actually, I really suck at dealing with her type. She came out yelling and I didn't think she's gonna listen to anything I say. So yeah, I gotta put some distance between me and Miss President. She's so wrapped up in her speech that she doesn't notice me getting ready to split. Alright, that should be enough distance. I take off running at top speed. Nyah! No girl's gonna catch me running this fast.
Hey, Kanji-kun! I ain't done talking to you!
I think I'm gonna stick around for more lectures. No weirdo's gonna ruin this kick-ass Grand Prix for me. Kanji, I love you, but man.
Okay. Whew. That ought to be enough distance between me and her.
After I check to make sure Miss President's not on my tail, I slow down. Seriously, how come there are so many things I'm not allowed to do in my own dream? Plus, I was going so fast to shake her that I have no idea where I am now. Let's see here. Looks like I ran straight into the practice building without noticing. Where's the next fight gonna be? Yes, I am also glad that we chose Kanji. Scratching my head when the monitor in the hallway suddenly turns on. It's that Teddy in the hat and cape again.
Your next opponent's been decided.
About damn time. So where is he?
Try the music room nearby. There you'll meet the next obstacle on the road to becoming the strongest man in Yasogami!
And wait. Hang on. Gonna be another one of my senpai.
That's for you to find out!
Yes. Sheesh, what a tease. Well, guess I'll find out once I get there. Oh, it's gonna be Yosuke. And who's there but...
Yukiko
Nope,
senpai?
Yukiko. Okay. Hold on, I'm double checking something really quick because I just had a thought. June 14th, 2012. $2015. Okay.
Kanji-kun, so you were here after all.
Here after all? Well, yeah, it's my dream. Actually, that brings up a good question. Why does Yukiko Senpai have to be in this thing? She's not someone you want to pick a fight with.
Couldn't have dreamt up like some other senpai I could have a real match against.
Am I not good enough?
Oh, no. It's not that. All I mean is, knockdown, drag-out fight between the two of us is... I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. You're scared of girls. What was it you said? They're so arrogant. They cry if you get angry. They gossip behind your back. They spread nasty lies.
Wow, that is a deep cut. Shit, wasn't that... That was when we were confronting his shadow in the spa, I believe.
Why do you still remember that word for word? Besides, that's what my shadows say.
Yukiko Senpai's quoting my shadow word for word. Shadows aren't just ordinary monsters. They're originally the parts of people that they don't like to admit. They're like all your weaknesses. Everyone has things about them they're not proud of, right? Shadows show up as the stuff you don't want to see, but amplified even more. The shadow I faced last year appeared as... Kills me thinking about it. It's the number one thing I wish I could forget. So why is she bringing up all the gory details?
Not good at dealing with girls.
Is that really all there is to it? Aren't you really worried that they might be talking about you behind your back? Even though you've openly admitted to everyone that you like to sew, you still can't be proud of your hobbies. A boy who likes to sew is like super lame. Who'd want to hang out with a boy who likes cute things?
That's not...
Thought I had got over it, but hearing a girl say it again makes it hurt even more. It's the same crap people have been whispering behind my back ever since I was a kid. Ugh, damn it, get a grip, Kanji. Yukiko Senpai keeps laughing to see me uncomfortable.
You're scared of girls because you think they might gossip about you, right? That's not very manly. You can try and act manly all you want, but that's all it is. An act.
I ain't scared. Girls and cute stuff and all that. I'm just fine with them.
What the hell? Why is everyone I meet trying to lecture me? Yukiko Senpai ignores me and gets this funny look.
Then let me test to see if you're telling the truth. If you're not scared, come over here.
What?
Something about her has changed. I can't help but take a couple of steps back. She's gotten all, like, seductive and... Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
All girls are waiting, you know? Waiting for a boy to approach them. And then, when a boy actually does come wandering by, we prey on them! Persona!
Whoa! You tricked me, that's not fair!
Feel the attack I barely dodged whipping past me.
Aren't we here to fight? All's fair in love and war.
I don't know about being scared of girls, but I am definitely scared of you.
So I gotta fight her, huh? Well, if it's a knockdown drag-out fight, she's on my territory. Time to pull myself together. Do this, damn it! Is he just gonna keep knocking people out? So he never fucking finds out what's going on? God damn it, Kanji. Of course her birthday's in December. Of course it is.
Final.
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage!
Stay out of this! One soldier!
Push on, take it off!
Damn it! Damn it!
Why is our hierarchy? Lieutenant left?
Jesus. Alright, let's go to our command list here. I really need to stop learning how to play the character. I need more SP. Oh shit.
There's no way I can win.
Well,
Slim difference was a deciding factor.
barely won. I'll take it.
Freak me out.
Make sure Yukiko Senpai's passed out before I sign her leave. I wouldn't be able to stand her nagging me like that again. Man, is that how I think of Yukiko Senpai? Chie Senpai was a little off, but that was totally not like her. I mean, she scares me sometimes, but she's more open-minded and gets to the point. I can't imagine her trying a sneak attack like that. Something's not right.
Great fight! That's 2 wins in a row for you! Looks like the onslaught of the Beefcake Emperor can't be stopped!
What's with the beefcake shit? Will you shut up about that already?
Damn it! Quit bothering me, I'm trying to think here. Glare at Teddy on the monitor, but he stays cool as a cucumber. Stupid Ted. He knows my fist can't reach him now. I don't know exactly what, but something doesn't feel right. Senpai nagging me is one thing, but the stuff those two said is sticking with me for some reason. Feels pretty shitty. Yeah, the sinking feeling in my gut is too real for it to be a dream. Something feels wrong. I have no idea what, though.
You shouldn't get so distracted, Kanji. A real man never wavers from his goal.
Huh?
No matter how much he's taunted or insulted, he only cries in his heart as he fights alone. That's the true man's path.
Starting to get the feeling you're egging me on here.
You're the one who said that you wanted to have this tournament in the first place, Kanji. Don't you remember?
Yeah, but
Teddy egging me on. I start jogging towards the next fight. I don't know, though. This doesn't feel good. Will none of this matter if I become the strongest man? Kanji, please, try being introspective for like half a second.
What's the matter, Kanji? You look down. Getting tired?
No.
So it's the gym this time, huh? Teddy's still talking to me through that big monitor, but the sinking feeling in my gut hasn't gone away. I look away because I don't feel like dealing with him.
Time to get Mr. Sentimental pumped again! Bring out the next challenger!
Yosuke. Teddy seems too excited to care about my mood as he gives the cue. Then there's more smoke all over. Pretty much expected it, but there's another familiar face when it clears.
Kanji?
Yo! Some feeling you'd probably be my next opponent.
It's another member of the investigation team, Yosuke-senpai. He laughs like he always does around school.
We're here after all. We're all worried about you.
After all.
Didn't Yukiko-senpai say something like that too when she first saw me? It's been bugging me for a while. What do they mean after all?
We thought maybe you were too ashamed to stay in town because of all that beefcake stuff about you they were showing on TV.
Huh? Hey, what's this beefcake thing anyways?
What? You don't know? Basically, it refers to people who swing, that way.
What? Beefcake isn't some kind of meatloaf for food? I thought it meant like a savory cake made with ground beef or something. I mean, yeah, it seemed weird being called an emperor of food, but come on!
What you did on the Midnight Channel last time, it might be hitting too close to the mark. Maybe you really are like that. You did almost fall for Naoto because you thought she was a guy.
What? Hello, that's not true. Anyway, it was the other way around in the end.
Sure, my heart pounds a little when Naoto's around, but Naoto's one of our friends. She's a second year in high school like me, but she works as a detective too. But just because I was kind of interested doesn't mean I'm like that. Naoto might dress like a guy, but she's really a girl. Just happened that I got interested in her a little bit before I found that out.
Wait, what?
Wait a second. I gotta think for a second before I open my damn mouth. What the hell? Makes it sound like I think of Naoto as... Ah, crap. I'm sweating a damn waterfall here. Yosuke-senpai sees me getting all flustered and starts laughing. What the hell's so funny?
There's no need to get so defensive. I bet you'd feel better if you just let it all hang out. This is only painful for you because you won't accept what you really are. You keep dodging the truth.
What I really am.
That catches my attention. Didn't something like this happen before? I'm still trying to remember when Yosuke-senpai drops the bomb.
Okay, I'll help you set a few things straight. Think hard, okay? Have you ever been attracted to a girl?
Yes.
What the hell's all this about?
I only asked if there's any girl you like. Why get all flustered over that? Or do you not have an answer, Kanji-kun?
Of course I don't. I don't need that shit in my life.
Huh? You don't need? That means...
Wait, how do we get on this subject again?
That punk! He knows I'm no good with
I guess it's
words.
decided then?
That's what's been decided. I've had enough of your bullshit, damn it!
Take Mikazuchi! It looks like all of their birthdays happen around the time that they're investigating.
Here comes the
Don't stay away! Stay way too He's up! Damn it!
Ooh.
That's nothing.
Ooh, this is turning into a tight situation.
Cross counter!
Just getting started.
Has the battle been decided? The opponent's still standing.
Holy shit! That was awesome!
Unfortunate. Better luck next time.
Get fucked, Yosuke. Game is fun.
Damn it.
Oh, he's not unconscious. Oh, no. Now he's unconscious. That's what you get for messing with me.
Wow, you showed no mercy. That's our Kanji. You may proceed to the next stage.
Just shut up for a sec.
Guess Yosuke-senpai didn't quite pass out, because he gets up and shakes his head like it hurts.
Ow.
Ooh, looks like you can take one hell of a pounding. Surprised you can still get up. Jeez. You had to go on and on, rubbing salt in my wounds.
Huh? When did I do anything like that?
You playing dumb with me?
No! Calm down, Kanji-kun. You got one scary look in your eyes. It's too much for an average Joe like me.
What?
You started dissing me out of nowhere, too. It was horrible.
Huh? I didn't diss you at all. You're the one who's bad-mouthing me.
I didn't do that.
Well, I didn't do it either.
Huh?
There's something weird here. I can't put my finger on it.
Looks like neither of us heard what the other person really said. What's going on?
This is messed up. Not that what we're saying doesn't match up. More this feeling of, like, actually having a conversation. Well, I mean, I know we're talking. How can I say this? It's like, this is my dream, but it feels like Yosuke-senpai is really here. Are dreams supposed to feel this real? Please fucking figure it out.
Anyway, forget all that for now. I'm just glad I found you.
Found me?
You disappeared from your house without saying anything, right? Your mom was looking for you. The timing was funny enough that I thought you might be over here.
Me? I disappeared from my house?
What? What in the world is Yosuke Senpai talking
Come
about?
on, this place obviously isn't your house, right?
Well, yeah, but that's because it's a dream. The real man's still asleep in my room.
What? Man, you really have no idea what's going on, huh? Did you hit your head and lose all your memories when you fell in here?
What do you mean, fell in here?
The TV, of course. How else would you get here?
TV? TV isn't... Huh? Hold on, I'm starting to get confused. I need to calm down and make sure of something.
Wait, so are you saying this isn't my dream?
Where did you even get a crazy idea like that? Snap out of it, man. We're inside the TV world right now.
This guy Senpai starts telling me what's been going on like he can't believe I don't know. Something about the Midnight Channel being back, but to be honest, none of it's sinking in. We're inside the TV?
I've got no idea why it's a school this time.
Oh man, we're in the TV world? And that Ted.
Also, the fucking beatdowns that you gave to Chie and Yuki.
That's another mystery. We don't know if he's the real one or not either.
No wonder the hits I took hurt and Chie Senpai and Yukiko Senpai were acting so weird. It's probably like when I faced my shadow. A lot of things are starting to make more sense suddenly.
Actually, speaking of mysteries, what are you doing here? If you don't remember coming here, did someone drop you in here?
Well, I actually don't remember. I was in our living room, dead tired.
If we're in the TV world, when did I get here? Try remembering everything that happened before I fell asleep. Huh? I was knitting the stuffed animal, right? Yeah, I was working late in the living room. When I came to, I realized I fell asleep once, and then...
Oh!
Thank you!
Don't shout like that. What's with you?
No, I suddenly understand everything.
Huh?
We just bought a new TV for the living room. It's this big old flat screen. I fell asleep there and probably tripped or something in the middle of the night. And fell ass over elbows into the TV like one of those Goldberg machine things. Damn, that big screen TV is some scary shit.
What kind of moron are you? You fell in because you were half asleep? You scared us half to death, you know.
Boy, that was close. If I'd come in here somewhere far away and never met up with you guys, it would have been no joke.
Come to think of it, having a huge TV at home is like a pitfall in the middle of the house for me. If it was smaller, I might have gotten stuck, but I fell right into the big screen one. Thought the TV would come in handy. Never expected it to be a trap. Gotta be more careful around that thing.
Wait a sec.
This guy Senpai said a second ago that he doesn't know how this place was made, right? If you think about how I came here, it's obvious. Huh. So that's what was going
Senpai,
on.
I solved the mystery.
No, you didn't.
Mystery? What mystery?
The reason why this world is back? It's my fault. Duh. Jeez. Sorry I caused all this trouble.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? How'd you jump to that conclusion?
Doesn't he get it? I fell in way before the other dude, so there's only one explanation.
See? My shadow did this. Damn it, why didn't I figure it out sooner?
It can't be, because you have a persona.
In here, which means my shadow must have come out. Just like last year. That guy dressed like Ted must be my shadow taking his shape.
Hold it right there. We already went through this once.
Don't worry, Senpai. I'll give him a real beatdown this time and send him packing for good. This is my mess, so let me clean it up.
Whoa, calm down. You've got things all wrong.
Gotta run. Let's go, Senpai!
Fell into a TV, created this world, and dragged my senpai into a huge mess. Caused a bunch of trouble for them in the last case, too. Have I not grown up at all since then? Better apologize to Chie Senpai. Yukiko Senpai, too. First, there's something I gotta deal with. Run off at once, because this can't wait. Hope you're ready, my shadow. No one underestimates Kanji Tatsumi.
Huh? Hang on, I can't leave this room. Wait up! I said wait, you idiot!
Oh, well-meaning, stupid Kanji. As I race through the hallways, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. It's nice to know what needs to be done. But hang on a sec.
By the way, where should I go now, Senpai? Huh? Yosuke Senpai? Where'd he go? Did he use the John?
Look around and call for him, but he doesn't answer. Where the hell did he go? maybe. Yeah, I get it.
So he's leaving the rest to me.
What a guy. Your own shadow is definitely something you don't want other people seeing. You must have known I wanted to deal with this myself, since it's really all my fault it happened. Now that's my senpai. He may look like a goofball, but there's a reason he calls himself you senpai's partner. Alright, can't let him down. Fire myself up and run down the halls. Run up against a few more invisible walls along the way, but I can't let that bother me. Just change course and keep going. Lame tricks like that aren't gonna stop me, damn it. He means well, but he's so dumb. Invisible walls keep getting in my way, but I finally get to what looks like a third-year classroom. Going by the pattern so far, there'll be a fight here. Everything would be solved if that bastard Teddy, my shadow, was here.
Looks like I'm right on the money.
Whoa, Kanji! It's so good to see you.
Oh no! I open the door, Teddy and some girl are inside. Hey, she's that Miss President I met earlier. That's not important. Only one I'm after is...
Found you.
Enemy advantage! What the heck? What's going on here?
Shut up! Hurry up and get back inside me!
What?
Inside you? I don't swing that way! I don't want to be stuck in a sweaty macho hell!
I've had it up to here with you acting like Ted. The game's up already, you hear me?
Kanji-kun, violence is never the answer.
Violence is almost always the answer.
Don't get in my way! This is a fight against myself!
That makes no sense at all.
This president tries to break up my beatdown on Teddy. My shadow. But I can't let her interfere.
Oh yeah! You need to go on ahead, Miss President. Hurry and run while I hold Kanji back.
Looks to me like he's the one holding you.
Baby, you gotta hurry!
Well, since you seem to know each other. You're right. Sorry to jet, but I'll take you up on that offer.
So I'm guessing this is after you got separated from her and had to fight Aigis. I'm guessing. This one I think she's gonna break up the fight. She does like my shadow tells her and leaves.
Huh? You're really leaving?
You're the one who told her to go!
Come on, you don't need to copy his lameness too. This guy's my shadow and he still doesn't know when to quit. But...
Doesn't matter though, this'll be easier if it's just between us. I'll give you one hell of a beating, just like last year. I hope you're ready.
I don't remember you giving me anything like that. What did you do without me knowing?
Shut up!
But I'm a knight. I gotta suck it up and deal. I can't lose.
looks like he's finally ready to do this. But he's still acting like Teddy for some reason.
Take you out in no time. Here goes!
Rip that fake-ass Teddy fur right off. Well-meaning, stupid Kanji. Kentucky Dodgy.
Final. Fight!
Eat this! Push it! What? Great hit! Great hit!
Is that a fish?
Boring!
Catch me if you can!
Great hit! Time to go bear hunting! Gotcha!
Very poised!
Eat this!
This is gonna be...
One more!
Spinning more than usual! I will lose! Why?
I'll take a win. I ain't gonna complain. Classic Moronji, indeed. Now we'll show his true colors. Keep my guard up, waiting for Teddy to do his thing, but nothing happens. That's weird. Isn't the illusion supposed to unravel and then he goes back to looking like me? Wait a sec. This is my shadow we're talking about. Maybe it's just waiting for me to let my guard down. Well, I'm not going to give him what he wants. I reach towards Teddy, who's still seeing stars, and muss up his fur a little. Damn, this is an impressive fake. Wait, what am I saying?
Come on, hurry up and show your true self. Don't make me rub you the wrong way.
As if this thing's a part of me, there's no way it can stand up to this. I hit him with a little fluffing his fur the wrong way, ruining the texture. Even though I know he's my enemy, it still makes me wince. Man, this texture really is something. Really went all out on the details.
Stop that! True self this and true self that. No matter how many times you say it, the only thing I can be is my own adorable self.
Enough bullshit. Your imitation of the real Ted is pretty good, but I am sick of it. Hey, that reminds me. Where's that cape and hat of yours? I wanted to see it up close so I could sew one like it.
Cape and hat? Kanji, were you mistaking me for that fake Teddy?
Huh? What fake Teddy?
Think! That other Teddy or the one in front of you. Which is more adorable?
I take another good look at the Teddy here. Now that he mentions it, the fur seems a little different. Teddy on the monitor looked kinda rough and scratchy. Huh? Wait, but that would mean...
So that one's a fake and you're the real deal?
That's right! I'm hurt, Kanji. I can't believe you couldn't tell us apart just by our fur!
Dude, how is that supposed to help? Hey, why didn't you say, just so you know, there's a fake Teddy to begin with?
Because you were beating the crap out of him!
Did you just shift the blame on me? This is tyranny!
Sorry, my bad.
Yep, that ridiculous outrage? That's a real Teddy, alright. But, so where's the fake one? I mean, where the hell's my shadow?
Ted, can you sniff out where that General Teddy guy is?
He's in the announcement room. I was on my way there with Miss President.
That girl back there? Who is she anyway?
Aren't we inside the TV world? Shouldn't the people we meet here be real? So what's the student council president doing here?
She's Miss President. She can't use a persona, so I was protecting her. Did Miss President head to the announcement room without her knight?
You're the one who told her to go on ahead.
Kanji, you need to hurry to the announcement room.
You don't have to tell me twice. That thing's my shadow, after all.
Huh? Kanji's shadow?
Teddy cocks his head, and I suddenly feel this presence behind me. Uh-oh.
Who are you looking for? Huh?
I'm right here.
Oh, crap. Turn around and see a familiar face laughing at
You'd
me.
have the guts to show up.
Guess I don't need to waste my time looking for you.
I finally found you. Me?
I'm sorry, that's such a stupid fucking line. Okay, I'm good. Forgot how his face looks so much like mine that it pisses me off. My shadow. To be continued. Wow, that went quick.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Ooh.
This
Okay.
place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
So,
Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
we've got Akihiko Sanada, Mitsuru Kirijo, Aigis, or Naoto Shirogane. We're clearly going to have to do more than one at this
persona
point.
you have acquired.
Let me just check
It
something
is
here.
a side of you that shows itself when you face the world around you. Perhaps you can think of it as a facade of determination you wear to face various difficulties in life.
Let's see here. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab Yosuke
Sorry, but I won't lose.
and see if this is in fact different, because honestly, all of the guides are not telling me much. And if the story modes go this quick, then it's actually not that bad, so...
I'm so tired. What a busy day. Golden Week, huh? The holidays fell on pretty good dates this year. Jeunesse will be open for business during Golden Week 2. Come for our exciting Golden Week events. Stay for the low, low prices. Then again, it's my fault for taking this shift.
I can yap all I want, but the only reply I'm going to get is my own echo. I'm going to feel lonesome, so I start mopping faster. Okay. Such is life for Yosuke Hanamura, high schooler working at Jeunesse, Inaba's only shopping center. I get a lot of crap thrown in my direction because I'm the manager's son. Thanks to dealing with all that stuff, my skills have improved, and now I sometimes act as supervisor. Today's just another day on the job. This city, Yaso Inaba City, is a rural country town that doesn't have anything more than rivers and mountains. At least it's got a train running through it, but it isn't useful for commuting to the big city, and Inaba's not pretty enough to get sightseers. It's a dead spot. Really, just coming to Jeunesse to shop is the pastime to the people in this town. Our store carries more than food and daily commodities. There are specialty stores. There's a food court and a playground on the roof, too. We even hold events sometimes. All that stuff makes for some really busy weekends. Sorry, I'm just double-checking something. Okay, interesting. There's no joke ending for Yosuke. When there's an extended holiday, you start to see cars with out-of-town license plates in the parking lot. And now it's Golden Week. This is the busiest this place gets all year. However...
Well, I'm taking tomorrow off. Yeah, that's right. I'm free.
Normally, this definitely wouldn't be the time to be taking a day off. I saw the look on my dad's face when I turned in my time off request, but I didn't care. I absolutely can't miss tomorrow.
My partner's gonna
Because...
be back.
By partner, I mean the guy who transferred in from the city last year, Narukami. There's a reason I call him my partner, not just my friend. See, he and I solved a case that happened last year in this tiny little town. It wasn't some dinky-ass problem like finding a lost cat or anything. This was big, a series of murders. Top of that, these weren't just any ordinary murders. Crimes took place in a world inside the TV. There were these monsters called shadows living there. You and I somehow got this power to defeat them, called personas, and from that point on we started fighting and investigating. Luckily, we came across allies who had also had that same ability, but even then, every day was a fight for survival. Together, we overcame danger after danger. Luckily, we came across... so with comrades like these, the word friend just doesn't cut it anymore. That goes double for you. I'm indebted to him, and I trust him with all my heart. So partner feels more natural than best friend. Fortunately, my partner had to return to the city at the end of the school year, but we promised to meet up again during the Golden Week. That was 2 months ago. It seemed like an eternity. I couldn't wait. But he'll be back tomorrow. I've only been working so hard lately so I could take Golden Week off. I'm so pumped about tomorrow that I just can't relax.
All right, time to go home and get ready for tomorrow. Let's go, Teddy.
Teddy's this, he's this animal suit thingy that we met last year inside the TV. He's as feather-brained as they come, but you just can't bring yourself to hate him. I ended up being the one taking care of him. He took advantage of his appearance, and now he works as a costume detention grabber at Jeunesse. He's supposed to be on the same shift as me.
Teddy! Hello? Where is that guy?
That's weird. He usually comes running in, ready to leave work. I asked the cleaning ladies, but nobody's seen him since lunch. This is getting strange. He looks laid back, and he is a responsible worker, so I doubt he's slacking off.
Is this him? Oh, it's Chie. Yo, Chie, what's up?
Oh, I'm glad you picked up. Are you free to talk right now?
Chie Sabanaka. She's a fellow classmate at Yasogami High School. She's another of the comrades that fought with us last year. Those who used personas formed an investigation team and went about solving the case. We did it because we were the only ones who could find the killer and stop the murders. You was our leader, just so you know. Chie was in charge of brainstorming, I guess? Oh, and steak. I mean, not that she was our leading expert on steak, but she just liked it a lot. She can't wait for user turn either. Is she calling about tomorrow? She probably just forgot where we're meeting up. I decided to mess with her a little.
Yeah, I just got off work. Didn't I already email you about tomorrow? You deleted it without reading it, didn't you?
I didn't delete it!
She's so defensive. I didn't even send her an email. Hilarious. Anyway, she suddenly gets serious. Wow, dick move, dick.
Anyway, I heard a sort of disturbing rumor. The Midnight Channel might be back again.
Huh? The Midnight Channel?
Takes me by surprise. The Midnight Channel. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, you didn't see your true love or anything, but it did show somebody on the TV. Long story short, doing dirty work, at least so I thought.
Who told you that?
An underclassman at our school. I tried to get more details out of her, but she took off in a huge hurry.
Dude, you didn't growl at her or anything when you asked her about it, did you?
I can see it now. She grabbing the poor kid by the collar, scaring her out of her wits. She'd do it too. She doesn't stop once she gets an idea into her head.
No, I was completely normal. At least I think I was. So anyway, the girl she was with said something about a fighting show. I didn't get any details, but she didn't seem like she was lying.
Fighting show? That's nothing like what was being shown on the Midnight Channel last year. Maybe she was just mishearing the other students talking about some normal sports program. No, wait. I think I overheard some customers talking about that today. Whoa, were they talking about the Midnight Channel?
Hey, the forecast says it's gonna rain tonight. Why don't we check it out?
Yeah, good call. If this is for real, we can't ignore it. But if it turns out to be a hoax, you better buy me dinner.
Then you owe me steak if it's true.
I ship them.
Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
I was trying to lighten the mood, but things didn't really turn out that way. I'm sure my partner would have done a better job at it. He'd say, "Don't worry, I'm here," or something. Still.
Midnight Channel, huh? If it's true, that guy is a disaster magnet.
Come to think of it, the incident last year started the moment you came to Inaba. If this new Midnight Channel rumor is true, I'm going to start calling him the Mystery Maker. That is, if it actually shows anything. Honestly, I'm around 90% sure nothing's going to happen. There's no way anything's going to show up.
Yeah, I should call Kanji too, just in case.
Kanji was another member of the investigation team, you're younger, blah blah blah.
Huh. It's not picking up.
Maybe he's too busy knitting something. Despite appearances, Kanji has a surprising knack with delicate needlework. He's no slouch either. His work's as good as people who make a lot of money selling this stuff. Up until last year, he kept that hidden because it doesn't mesh with his image, but a lot of stuff happened, and now he's not so hung up on it. He now sells his handmade knitted dolls at his family shop, Tatsumi Textiles. They're actually pretty popular, and lately he's been carrying yarn and knitting needles with him all the time. Come on, answer already.
Guess I'll try his home phone too.
Tatsumi Textiles should be closed now, so I shouldn't have a problem getting through. Back at my theory, Kanji's mom picked right up.
Hello, this is the Tatsumi residence.
Oh, I'm sorry to call at such a late hour. This is Yosuke. Is Kanji-kun there?
Oh, hello, Yosuke-kun. As for Kanji...
Huh? Did something happen?
I can't find him.
You can't?
I thought he was sleeping in the living room, but he wasn't there when I checked in on him. I thought he might be with you.
Oh, yes. We're gonna have an all-night study group, and I bet I just missed him. I'll wait up for him here. Okay, then. Good night.
Oh, man. Totally panicked there and came up with some lame BS. Kanji's not there. He left without a word? Without a trace? Suddenly thought of Teddy, too. No one's seen him since this morning either. Didn't tell me anything about where he'd be. Hold on, could this be...
Why am I freaking out so much? This is Kanji we're talking about. So what if I can't get a hold of him? I'm sure he's fine.
I try to reassure myself that everything's okay, but my anxiety doesn't go away. First they disappear, and then this new Midnight Channel? Give me a break, man. That's your room?
Damn it, I just want to fall asleep.
Teddy's fucking dress in the closet. That's awesome. That's fabulous. I figured. Teddy isn't home either. Grabbed some food and headed to my room. It's been a while since I had to wait for midnight to watch the Midnight Channel. The wait is always so long. Can't do anything but keep looking at the TV, so I start fiddling with the remote.
This is iNews, and here are our top stories. We begin with a hijacking of a domestic flight to Kagoshima yesterday morning. Police began their interrogation of the suspects today.
Man, things are crazy all over the country today.
Last year, Inaba was all over the news. People I knew were being interviewed left and right. And again, I didn't have any time to pay attention to any of that stuff until we closed the case. Jumping in and out of the TV all the time really takes it out of you. I'd always hit the sack the instant I came home. I'd be dead tired right now, what with all the work I've been putting in at Junes. I'm so impatient that I'm really more annoyed than anything else right now. Stare at the clock, and stare, and stare. Damn it, move, you stupid minute hand! My cell phone rings again. It's Yukiko this time. Yukiko Amagi, another member of the investigation team and best friends with Chie. How can I put it? She's the biggest airhead I know. I mean, if she's what every dude in Japan wants, I think we're all in for some trouble. Ignorance is bliss, and to judge by all the guys who are after her based just on her image, I really think that's true. You know, I also think that the Yukiko I know now is better than that misplaced ideal. Because her family runs an old... fucking Jesus! Curry tastes like something they'd have to pass a law to prevent people from ever discovering again.
Yosuke-kun? Good evening. This is Yukiko. I got an email from Chie a moment ago.
Yeah, she told me too. About the Midnight Channel coming back, right? Sheesh. Bet she was half asleep when she emailed you.
I could tell she was worried, so I tried making a joke. Come to think of it, Yukiko never really called me about this. She must really be worried. Waited for her to reply. What Yukiko had to say next took me by
I
surprise.
received a phone call saying that Rise-chan disappeared.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, I mean, not literally, but it seems they can't get in contact with her.
Really?
Rise is another part of the investigation team. Yeah, you recognize the name, right? Rosette. I don't need to review all of this. Okay.
She didn't mention any problems she was having to you, right?
Okay. One thing I was kind of looking up was whether or not this game came out before or after Persona 4 Golden. It came out after. So Golden is canon in this context.
No, I think she would have told us if anything was troubling her. She was busy, but happy to be working.
Which explains the guitar in his room, because he played the guitar in that concert.
Right. And now rumors of the Midnight Channel coming back.
Yeah.
Yukiko's voice is gloomy. Listening to this would make me restless too. But if you're depressed, you start thinking more about more bad things. Going down that road is going to get to Yukiko. What would you do? Shoot, this is the millionth time I thought that today. Anyway, I tried to cheer Yukiko up.
Let's not get carried away. First, we need to see if the Midnight Channel's really back. There's no use worrying over things we don't know are happening. It's always important to be sure first, right?
You're right. Thank you, Yosuke-kun.
Hear the relief in Yukiko's voice when she hangs up. Handled! And let out a sigh. A big sigh that I could never have let Yukiko hear in her state. Teddy's nowhere to be found, Kanji's vanished too, and to top it all off, no one can get hold of Rise. For the Midnight Channel rumor to start up again at the exact same time?
Way too much to be a coincidence.
Out of habit, I start going through the contacts in my phone. When I reach the name Yu Narukami, I hesitate.
He's not even here yet. I'll only make him worry.
As the leader of our investigation team, you had the biggest part in it all. But he's done with all that now, living a normal life back in the city. He's coming back to enjoy our reunion. I don't want to make him worry.
If anything, I should call him after I know something.
Open the curtain and look outside. Like Jay said, it was raining. All the conditions for the Midnight Channel to show up had been met. If it's going to, that
No,
is.
can't happen. It's over.
Say that out loud, but in my heart I'm dreading that it'll show. It was like, I was almost looking forward to it.
It's almost midnight.
Alright, we can skip that because we've already seen it. It's just the introduction again.
What the hell?
Seeing yourself on TV is really shocking. Am I really that goofy looking? No, that's not it.
Call me Captain Ressentiment.
Ressentiment. I know that word from King Moron's class. What was it again? Something about the weak hating the strong, some kind of jealousy? Now why the hell would I get a lame name like that? Just the sound of it makes me mad. Ressentiment.
This is too much. This is way too much.
Now I know why Yukiko and Kanji hated the Midnight Channel so much. Well, I thought I knew all about what happened last year, but this time I'm actually experiencing it. See, everyone who ended up as part of the investigation team was on the Midnight Channel at one point, and the Midnight Channel doesn't just show any old you. It shows the weakest part of you, the part you don't want to come out but made supersize. In other words, fake footage of you so humiliating you want to crawl under a rock and die is broadcast all over town. And you and I managed to not have that happen to us. So I guess I never really knew how bad it felt. Also Chie. Up until tonight, that is. Did everyone in town see this? It's gonna show up again every night it rains? Damn it. How they managed to go on without skipping town is beyond me. Seriously, I gotta give them mad props for sticking it out. But now's not the time for that.
Was that Teddy in that weird costume?
He's acting like the host. I mean, he's the one broadcasting the Midnight Channel this time? Could it mean that Kanji and Rise are involved too?
What's going on?
Ah, crap. Why was you on there too? And why now? What am I gonna tell him? He comes back for the holidays and everyone's gonna be all, oh look, it's the Sister Complex Kingpin. That's messed up. Should I tell him not to come? Wait, can I tell him at all? Knowing me, I'll accidentally call him that myself. I know I'll at least say he has a sister complex, so I won't be able to help myself.
Shit!
As I wrestle with confusion, the sudden sound scares the living crap out of me, and I panic for a second. Get it together, Yosuke, you're a third year! Who could be calling me now? Oh, hell no. Of all people, it had to be you. What should I do? Tell him? Don't tell him? I reflexively hit the answer button before I figured out what to say.
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
He's suspicious of me. Like, really suspicious. I nervously passed the phone from one hand to the other several times.
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
That's not why I was calling.
I know how I sounded, but Yu's voice was calm. Wait, is he laughing at me?
I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Uh-huh.
My mind went blank. How do you see it? Isn't it only a local thing? Don't tell me it's a nationwide broadcast
Did Teddy
now.
not tell you? Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today.
Maybe he sensed how bewildered I was since he explained everything so calmly. I see. So Teddy disappeared before he could tell me Yu was coming today. I'm still trying to piece things together as Yu
I
continues.
figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
You haven't changed.
I can tell he's a little angry now. Just see him shaking his head. I bet he can tell why I'm acting so nervous right now. Damn, this is embarrassing.
So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Rasantama?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a Sister Complex Kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think?
Jeez, he's so forgiving. That's just like him. Man, I really feel like an ass now.
I ought to tell you, that program's not the only strange thing lately. Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either. They disappeared.
I put it all into words like this. This sounds a lot worse than it had when I was thinking about it. I can hear a hint of tension in Yu's voice.
Alright, we should get together tomorrow like we planned.
Yeah, at the Jeunesse Food Court. Welcome back, partner.
It's good to be here.
Talking with you takes me back. Calling him partner was kind of sappy, I guess, but he takes it in stride. I suddenly feel a lot less confused now. He's something. Decisiveness, confidence, he's got strength that I don't. The wandering eyes happen to stop on my desk drawer. My career choice application is in there, well past its due date.
Oh, right. Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I have a bad feeling about this. Warning bells go off in my head before I can figure out what's going on. You had sounded so calm because he was trying to hold back laughter all this time.
Teddy asked me to get it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough! Damn it, you're trying to wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk.
But I'm already here. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
I hang up, barely resisting the urge to throw the phone across the room. Okay, don't panic. Need to call Chie and tell her about the plan tomorrow. How am I supposed to look everyone in the face tomorrow? As if it was reading my mind, my phone goes off again. Lo and behold, it's Chie calling. Ugh, anyone can see what's coming next.
Hello?
What the hell was that carnival with distorted womanhood crap?
That's how you fucking answer the phone. She's raging at the top of her lungs.
You almost blew out my eardrum.
I haven't discarded it! I haven't! You hear me?
I let her blow off steam for a bit. Once in a while I have to check to make sure I haven't accidentally turned on the speakerphone. She's that loud. I mean, I know the feeling, but can you please calm down? Once Shea gets tired of complaining and hangs up, my fears and exhaustion are blown away. I don't know what's going on yet, but I'm gonna find out. And then I'll crush whoever's behind this. Hello. Thanks to Golden Week, I see some employees whispering to each other and looking at me, but I pretend not to notice. I run into you before everyone else. Thankfully, he doesn't bring up the nurse thing again, and instead he talked about the welcoming party he had with Nanako. Maybe there's a little truth to that sister complex line, eh? As we step into the food court, Chie and Yukiko are both sitting in their usual spots.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! We missed you! The guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well.
Welcome back. Should we...
Huh? Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it? But I'm glad you came.
Both of them sounded happy. Neither of them show this "I'm totally depending on you" attitude towards me. What's up with that?
Hey, Yosuke, why the long face?
Shut up. It's a man thing. Just gotta deal with it.
Oh, is it about your guidance counseling paper? The teacher asked me to tell you that you need to hurry and turn yours
Ooh.
in.
We didn't actually see this when we were playing as you.
Huh? You haven't turned that in yet? Yikes.
Shut up! Shut up! That's not it.
Seeing you take a seat, I clear my throat to grab their attention. Alright, let's start
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
I don't think the applause is necessary.
I mean, it's pretty exciting, but the reason we're reforming the team is because there's another case to solve. I look to you for some support, but he's clapping along with the rest of them. A2, Narukami? Anyway, seeing them all open to the idea takes some of the tension out of this situation.
Let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
Naoto, another investigation, blah blah blah. Makes her really busy.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
Well, Chie and Yukiko get angry, saying it's a fake, but the pictures of them on the Midnight Channel were pretty accurate, if you ask me. Of course, I'd never admit it. Hell no. I do value my life, you know.
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, and we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I agree there. We don't have much choice but to ask Teddy why he's doing this. Which means...
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
Uh-huh, not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
That's exactly what fucking happened to Kanji. Jesus Christ.
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there.
Host, Teddy, has disappeared and he isn't the only one missing. Kanji was listed as one of the participants, and Rise wasn't even mentioned on the TV. We're just gonna have to jump in the TV and investigate. You gives the order.
Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
I'd already lugged out all my weapons and junk today with the intention of going into the TV. It'll be my first time in the TV world in a while. It's the first time I've done anything out of the ordinary in a while. This is serious business, but I can't help but get excited about this. You know what I mean? The days when we ran around the town as an investigation team, I mean, it wasn't all fun and games. There were plenty of hardships and sad times. But I learned a lot of important stuff because of them. It changed me. I never felt so fulfilled in my life. So it makes me wonder, about this time, something like that waiting for me? Something that's going to change me.
Man, what am I thinking?
Shake my head and focus on the task at hand. We don't know what lurks inside the TV. Negligence could mean death. I leave the food court with the rest of the investigation team. And we've seen this. They fall in and get separated. So I think what we're going to do is, now that we've unlocked 3 paths, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so that we're not seeing the same story constantly. Or it's going to be 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3 now. I hear a lot of people talking from far away. Where am I? I'm at a desk? I raise my head slowly to find myself at my same old desk with the setting sun filling the room. Man, my mind isn't thinking straight. Wait, what was I doing? Shoot, did I doze off?
I should hurry home and get to work. What the?
All of a sudden, the sound of cheering echoes from outside. All the students in the classroom begin cheering and rush out of the room. The hell? Seriously, what is going on? Run to the window and look down into the schoolyard. The area in front of the school gate is swarming with students.
What's going
I look around, but there isn't anyone left in the room to ask. I don't want to be a rubbernecker just because everyone else is. I have to find out what's going on. After some internal debating, I decide to take a look. There's a giant crowd at the school gate. The gate itself has some funky decorations and a big-ass sign.
You won Grand Prix?
I've seen those words somewhere before, but where was it? Where did I see it? My mind's all hazy. I can't think. Whoa, now what?
You think it's funny causing a commotion like this at school? I better see everyone involved in this heading home right now.
Turn around to look at where the whistle came from and see a female student there holding a megaphone. She has a long ponytail and strong-willed eyes. Man, she's really hot. When did a girl like this end up at her school? And how did I not know about it until now? She really stands out, but I don't think I've ever seen her before.
Where did they get this huge set? Some people are always up to shenanigans.
I almost see the anger baking off of her. She definitely has a lot of spirit, and yet none of the other students has so much as turned around. She gets ready to blow her whistle again when our eyes meet.
Hello.
Oh, it's you. That Grand Prix contestant, Yosuke-kun. I mean, Captain Ressentiment.
Oh, right.
I remember now. That P1 Grand Prix that showed up on the Midnight Channel. Used the Sister Complex Kingpin, and Chie's the Spunky Dragon. And I'm Captain Ressentiment. What a fantastic nickname. I just want to go kill myself. And who the hell came up with this crap? What the heck is the P1 Grand Prix anyways? Don't tell me it's being held at school.
You fessing up to being part of it, huh? Well, listen up. You better cut this crap out quick. The student council didn't approve this.
Huh? The student council?
Come on. Don't tell me you don't remember who your student council president is.
Student council president?
With a prominent position like that, there's no way I wouldn't remember her.
Hello, boys and girls of Yasogami. The P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Voice. Is that Rise? She's here at school?
They're even using the school PA system.
How many times do I gotta repeat myself? This is your last warning. Stop this at once. Oh no, it's Miss Sourpuss. She's trying to stop our fun. Everyone, get her out of here.
After Rise gives the order, all those students turn around to look at us, and then they rush straight at us. Geez, not a single one of them gave a damn about their president up until now.
Huh? Hey, you're kidding, right? Dude, Rise, do something about this.
What are they trying to do to us? I'm not going to start anything crazy here. This probably isn't the time to start taking things easy either. At the very least, I should get this girl to safety. I turn towards her. Surprisingly, she's standing her ground in the face of all the students. She's defiantly staring back at them.
I warned you all.
President tosses her megaphone aside and lightly taps one of the charging students, and he slams to the ground as if a truck had hit him. The other students soon meet the same fate. It's like they didn't expect her to do anything. Before I know it, the student's president's the only one left standing.
It's amazing.
So much for that. Then how about this?
Rise speaks, the monitor above the girl's head starts swinging back and
You're
forth.
joking, right?
Her body moves out of instinct. Yank her aside and shove her behind me to protect her. I look up, and the giant monitor is right in front of my face. Oh shit! Let's do this, Jiraiya.
Huh? Am I dead?
What was that you did?
Slowly open my eyes to see someone I know very well standing before us. The other me, my persona, Jiraiya. The monitor was cut right in half, the two pieces lying on either side of us. I was able to summon my persona. Wait, isn't this Yasogami High? Only summon personas inside the... Hey, that's right. Oh yeah! Finally remember everything, thank God. I jumped inside the TV with you and the others. But wait, then who is this girl? What the heck is our school doing inside the TV world? Sitting there confused when Rise's voice chimes in from the PA system.
You should have just died. What? You aren't worth anyone's effort. You just get in the way and cause trouble for people around you.
Rise.
That was definitely Rise's voice. So I guess Rise is inside the TV too. I never expect her to say anything that cruel. What's going on here?
I won't let you destroy the school. You're in the announcement room, huh? Well, wait there. I'm coming for you.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Student president starts running towards the school building. Then she turns around and waves.
Saving me back there.
For all that glaring, this is the first time I've seen her smile. Wow, she's cute. After that, she runs off again like the wind. And she thanked me, too. So I've got an in. No, bad Yusuke. Bad Yosuke. There's no time to get hot and bothered.
It's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this. Really impressive the way she was tossing those people left and right, but it's too dangerous to run around here without a persona. Besides, a world like this in the TV means... But as I try to chase after her, the PA cuts into my train of thought.
Sorry about that mishap. The first round's challenger is already here.
Watching students are all looking this way. Wait, does she mean that this challenger is...
Me?
But first, the general has a few words for you all.
Nearby monitor turns on. Teddy is on it.
This day has finally come! I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix!
Teddy, you bastard! What are you doing? You disappeared and we...
Bring out his opponent!
Hey, listen to me!
Smoke shoots out, enveloping everything. Wait, someone's stepping out of it. Chie? Yep.
You're all ready for late.
Chie?
Oh, it's Yosuke. What a letdown.
Jeez, sorry, it's only me. Hey, what's going on here? Rise and Teddy both seem, why are you looking at me like that?
Chie's acting weird. Okay, she's always weird, but this is weird even by Chie standards. Her eyes are glittering and she's... What the hell? Is she licking her lips while she's staring at me?
Yosuke, can I eat you?
Huh? Sure.
What?
Wait, what?
Would it be better to fatten you up first? I'm not a fan of stringy cuts.
What are you talking about?
You.
What are you saying? I mean, seriously.
Wait a second. Maybe it's just a figure of speech for something more intimate? Whoa, 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 whoa! There's no way she'd have the guts to say that right in front of everyone. As I panic, Chie strikes a kung fu pose and makes a forceful declaration.
You want to hear the reason I eat meat? Because it's there!
So that is what you mean. And why are you saying that like you're quoting someone?
Yosuke, don't worry. It'll be painless.
No, nuh-uh. There's no way it won't hurt.
You'll continue to live inside me. Forever!
Yeah, in your stomach.
Thanks for the food! Persona!
She summoned her persona? Is she serious? Like, is she seriously gonna nom down on a Yosuke fillet?
Hell? She has gone bye-bye. Damn it, I gotta fight.
I need to fight for my life. There's no way I'm gonna be her 3-course meal. Well, that went weird. That went super weird.
Finally.
Behold Chie-senpai's secret kung fu style!
Okay. Interesting. Brave Blade. Garadine. Tarafu. Nice. Mirage Slash. Crescent Slash. During Moonsault.
Persona! Here I come! Try and stop it!
Travis is the fight of the century!
There! Sorry about this, Chie!
Can they defend against such
Don't get me!
Whoa! Alright.
Is the opponent reading their moves? Ooh, an awakening! Will this turn the table?
What else can I do?
One punch after another. Truly a vicious assault.
Here I come! Here!
Has the battle been decided? Okay!
I'm still up!
The opponent's poison is wearing down their stamina.
How did I lose to Yosuke?
Oh my! They lost.
I love that nobody gives Yosuke any fucking credit. How did I lose to Yosuke? I beat her. What the hell was with her? Not even Shadow Chie was that cracked up. What's the matter with Chie? Did she go bonkers when her state gauge reaches 0 or something? She groans and stirs from the ground. Oh, she's waking up. Hope she's not going to start talking about eating me again.
Ow! I hope you've learned your lesson and never even think about attacking your friends again.
Quickly put some distance between us and yells from ways away. I think my voice shook a little, but can you blame me? I was really scared.
First you insult me, then you kick my ass. Ugh, you moron.
Insult you?
What did I say? All I remember about what we said before the fight was her eyes, cold and sinister like a tiger stalking her prey. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking
You
about
went
it.
on and on about how I'm a coward and a brat.
When did I have time to say anything like that? You were about to eat me.
What? Eat you? That had better not be a crude innuendo or anything.
I meant it exactly how it sounded. I was scared to death of you, stupid Chie.
What? You're stupid for calling me stupid, stupid Yosuke.
See, that's something a brat would say.
There you go again. You're the brat for calling me that.
Okay.
Aren't you done fighting yet?
Monitor turns on. Teddy looks annoyed. Hey, we're the ones who should be annoyed with you.
You're done. Jeez, what's up with this?
Come on, head over to the school building. Your next opponent's waiting.
I'm not doing this anymore. You're obviously fine, so I'm going home.
But you can't. Chie-chan lost, so she can't even move from that spot.
Huh? Ow! There's something here.
Chie ignored Teddy and started walking away, but she suddenly sits down and clutches her head. Huh?
No one gets to leave until the tournament's over. Only the one who fights to the bitter end and is crowned victor can earn freedom. Good luck!
Camera randomly zooms in on Teddy giving a thumbs up, and then the monitor turns off. Damn that, Teddy. You have to actually do stuff before you start with the fancy camera work. Stuff like, I don't know, explaining what the hell is going on here. While I'm staring at the monitor, I can hear Chie yelling in the background. What is she doing? Chie's doing jump kicks, but every time she does, she stops in midair before she lands. What the? That's a neat trick. Is it like pulling punches, but in midair? Whatever it is, she's pretty good at it. She notices that I'm staring at her and turns towards me.
There really is a wall.
Wall? I try walking through the spot where Chie keeps getting stuck. Nothing. Chie looks surprised and tries to follow me, but... Wow, really looks like she can't pass through. Is this what Teddy was talking about? Only the victor can go on or something? Since when could he do fancy stuff like this? He said that nobody gets to leave until this tournament is over, huh? So we don't have a choice but to go along with this?
Well, guess I'll be going then. There were 4 of us who came in here, so at most I need to fight 2 more battles, right?
Are you gonna fight Yukiko and Yukon then?
Of course not. The only reason I fought you just now is because you attacked me first. If there has to be a winner and loser, I'll just forfeit as soon as the battle starts. If I find Teddy along the way, I'll deal with him too.
Oh, good idea. In that case, don't be so harsh on your next opponent before the match, okay?
You're the one who was doing that. I hope you don't start eating things off the floor when you get hungry.
Why would I do that? I'll be waiting, so be careful.
Seriously, they need to hook up. Chie's sudden meekness surprised me. She sees my shock and turns away. She feels helpless. It's like the one time you and I left her behind while we went into the TV. There was no guarantee that we'd make it back, but she still waited for us. When we finally returned, she was so relieved she started crying. Same thing's happening here.
Chie.
I pinch her
You got
nose.
a really small nose, you know that?
Just get out of here already.
Chie boots me in the ass and I head over to the school building. Just doesn't know how to handle being teased by a guy. Still, with the look on her face, there's nothing else I could do. I'll hurry up and finish this Grand Prix. Pick up my pace, but I notice something. There are students peeking out of all the windows at me. No, they're not students. Take a closer look at them. They're something else taking the shape of students. I guess they popped into their true forms while we were fighting for some reason. They're like silhouettes. Are they shadows? But they don't really look like monsters. I don't feel like they're actually hostile. I mean, they're not particularly doing anything either. They're just standing there. Are they just extras Teddy made for this drama of his? If they're not in danger, then I guess I don't really have to figure them out. Still, threat or not, they're still pretty damn creepy. And if there are things like shadows around here...
Definitely inside the TV. But what's going on? Why is it a school? Damn it, I don't get this at all.
I have doubts, but I keep on running. I wonder how, like, I don't know what the canonicity is of each of these storylines, because apparently there's no freaking guide in there on the internet that tells you. But clearly, if there can only be one winner, then everybody can't keep winning. So I'm wondering if we're actually fighting each other. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Take a look around the halls as I enter the building. Yep, and there it is. There's a monitor in front of the stairway that I don't remember being there before. This must be where the second round is going to be. Raise my voice.
All right, is this the place? Bring out the next challenger.
As if in response, the monitor turns on and Teddy's stupid costume fades in.
Hey, that's my line. Jeez, stop throwing me off like that.
If you don't stop this prank soon, I'm going to make your next shift a living hell.
Usually, a threat like that would have Teddy begging for mercy, but he just hums a little tune as if nothing was the matter. What's with him? Not just Teddy, Rise is helping him out too.
This all be a surprise for you?
Sensei is coming back, so I thought up this cool surprise party. Sorry, but I forgot to tell you. That sounds like him. Sounds so like him. After we solved the case last year, the TV world turned into a safe place, so I guess I could see that. But would Teddy really make us fight?
Bring out the next challenger!
Yukiko-senpai! No, Yukiko-san. So I'm betting it'll be you or Yukiko. But if this is a surprise party for you, then it should be...
Yosuke-kun!
All right. Hey, Yukiko, I want to ask you something. Is this some kind of surprise party? You guys didn't tell me anything about...
So I walk towards Yukiko. She suddenly holds up her fan.
What's that stench?
Huh?
I thought there was a wet dog here.
Does she mean me? Take a couple of whiffs of my shirt, but I can't notice anything odd. Did I get all sweaty from that fight with Chie? Still, being told right to my face that I stink really hurts. And to compare it to a wet dog?
Sorry. So, Yukiko-san, did you run into Teddy or Rise? They're calling this a Grand Prix and making us fight to see who the winner is. Apparently we can't leave until...
You're talking too much. I have about as much interest in what you're saying as I do in plankton.
Plankton? You can't even see those without a microscope.
Yukiko is acting strange. Even stranger than Chie. Well, not crazy strange. She acts more like Yukiko than ever. But she'd never come out and say something that mean. Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
This isn't a welcome back surprise for you, is it?
No, it's a Grand Prix for you, Yosuke-kun. And given what a goddamn pain in the ass it's been so far, I can't wait till it's over.
Hearing these people say these lines is so weird.
Dude, what's with the language? Have even you gone nuts? What the hell, man?
Wow, this is the exact opposite of how she normally acts. She really is a snow black. Wait, so if that's what the commercial called her, and the way Chie was acting...
Oh, so that's why hers was carnivore.
That makes sense now. Those nicknames have some truth to them then. But why? Because Teddy told them to act that way? They're not all crazy,
But
are they?
The Grand Prix for me? What's that supposed to mean? Now you're ignoring me? Even if this is all an act, it's still soul-crushing. Hey, listen. We can't leave here until the Grand Prix ends. So let's just half-ass this. If you don't mind going on to the next round, I'll forfeit without attacking you. Oh, though if we did it that way, you'd have to fight again.
Be faster if I won and got my hands on Teddy. I hate to make Yukiko go on ahead and have to fight even more of us. That's probably not such a good idea.
Hey, Yukiko, will you lose this round for me?
Even though you've lost in the battle of life?
Yikes, this snow black is really bad for my fragile ego.
Yukiko suddenly opens her fan in one fluid motion. She smiles faintly, but her eyes aren't smiling. Wait, she's pissed at me? So what? Now Snow Black can't take being called Snow Black?
Why is my fan so large? Why, my dear? The better to shut up that filthy mouth of yours.
That's the wrong fairy tale. Oh, fine. I'll end this as quick as I can, so bear with me for a bit.
Wow, things are starting to heat up! Let's get this battle started!
Dang it, Rise, quit goading her on. Yukiko's being nasty in a different way from the carnivore, but I've got to take her on.
Looks like I really have to overcome the Amagi challenge if I want to get out of here.
Nope.
Finally.
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage! Back off! Persona! They're completely on the offensive!
Just getting started!
You're a
Time for some confusion!
Can't tell left from right!
Blast off!
Don't get me! This is turning into a very one-sided battle!
Yikes! Alright! Persona!
Can they turn this into like they're finally getting serious?
Yikes! Still up!
The opponent's still standing!
Sheesh!
Has the battle been decided?
Go, Jiraiya!
Your stamina is low enough for an awakening! They're about to be turned! The defense has been shattered!
Close.
Was a deciding factor.
Close. I was trying to figure out like combos and stuff. Chie came to her senses when I beat her, so what about Yukiko? Still scared out of my wits, but I try to talk to her.
Yukiko, are you all right?
Oh, thank goodness. You've gone back to your usual self, Yosuke-kun.
What? Oh, are you back to normal too?
Huh? But you just seemed so eager to fight no matter how I tried to stop you. You said things like, I was taking the easy way out. I was sure that you just weren't in your right mind. You noticed that Tere and Rise-chan are acting strange too, right? I think maybe they're under the enemy's control.
That doesn't sound good. Crap. So this isn't an act? They're being mind-controlled or something? That explains a lot, actually. Damn it, some surprise party. Still, Teddy's controlling people? Or is Teddy being controlled by somebody else?
Control? Who could make them act that weird? No ordinary person could pull that off. And why would they do it to start a stupid tournament like this?
Think back to what Yukiko said before we fought. It's a Grand Prix for you, Yosuke-kun. Me? Like hell it is. I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not.
In any case, I'm gonna go put an end to this Grand Prix. If it's just us four, there's only one more battle to go.
Yukiko didn't know what was going on either, so I explained what I'd found out. Only the winner can move on. Nobody can leave until there's a champion. And that since I'd fought Chie and Yukiko, my next fight should be with you, and that should be the end of it.
Oh, and one more thing. There was a student council president.
She wasn't in that intro movie that aired on the Midnight Channel, and she acts like she's against this whole thing. So I don't think I'll end up having to fight her, but she still doesn't know about personas, so I can't just let her run around loose.
Do you mean the girl with the ponytail?
You met her?
Mm-hmm. When I talked to her, she said she was going to the announcement room. I tried to stop her, but an invisible wall blocked my path.
Oh yeah, that's right. Said she was going to the announcement room to stop Rise. That's not good. If Rise is being controlled by someone behind all of
That girl's
this...
in danger.
Really?
Sorry, I gotta go. I'll end this as fast as I can and come back for you.
Oh, okay. Be careful, and try to help out that girl. I'm sure you can do it, Yosuke-kun.
Got it.
Yukiko's clear, strong voice gives me that extra push. Stupid tournament might look stupid. There's some third party behind this, maybe more serious than I'd first thought. Anyway, to the announcement room. Feats don't fail me now. Damn it. It's supposed to be pretty easy to get to the announcement room, but thanks to all these stupid invisible walls, I have to take the scenic route. Finally managed to make it to the second floor. If I keep going straight, I'll get to the stairs, and then I'll be right there.
Ah, Miss President!
Found her. I can see her running up ahead, her long ponytail trailing out behind her. But there was another shape next to her, a round, familiar one.
Over here! Over here! Teddy! Damn it, was I too late?
I tried to catch up, but I ended up slamming into an invisible wall and falling to the ground.
Ow, that felt like my butt cracked.
Your butt's already cracked.
Come on!
Sorry.
Don't pull me like that!
Miss President, are you okay? Let go of his hand! That bear's not in his right mind!
I shout out, hoping that I can at least get my voice to reach her, but the two of them disappear through the emergency exit at the end of the hall. I knew it. She might be strong, but Miss President isn't a match for a persona-touting Teddy. She has to have been captured.
Definitely being controlled.
Teddy's not the type who would walk a girl home. I think. I mean, he wouldn't do anything if she didn't want him to, at least. Where is he taking her? Is he up to something? And it dawns on me.
If that girl doesn't have a persona, how did she get in the TV world?
In order to get into the TV, you either have to have the power to use personas or someone who does to help you into the TV. And by help, I mean that person could force you inside of a TV, too. That's actually what was happening in the sewer. Yeah, we know that. Is that what's going on with the president? Is she just another victim? Victim. That word brings to mind someone else.
Saki-senpai.
Lost someone I liked in those murders. I couldn't save her, and she died. This president was also forced in this world like Saki-senpai,
Damn
then...
it, I'll save her.
Teddy went through the emergency exit. If you went up the stairs, then the announcement room should be right there. As if my growing desperation wasn't enough, this stupid invisible wall only makes things worse. Managed to calm my racing heart and begin running to make my way to the announcement room. Reading comprehension dropping like a rock today, sorry. While avoiding the walls, the next spot I managed to make it to was the music room. Damn it, I want to go up, not down. There was a familiar monitor hanging from the ceiling. Is So this is where the next fight's gonna be, huh?
Hello! Looks like you're on a roll!
Teddy, what did you do with Miss President?
Aw, how nice of you to worry about someone else. You can't let your guard down in this battle. Come on, bring out the next challenger!
So if this is you, I can tell who it is already. There's no way I could mistake that shape. Besides, by process of elimination, there's only one more person it could be.
Nanako!
Okay, so if he says anything about nurses and starts ribbing Yosuke, then everything does tie together somehow. Whoa, that's the first thing he has to say?
Ah, I knew it would be you. And Sister Complex Kingpin, just like the others.
Yep, good old you, my partner. And his embarrassing
Then
nickname.
again, Nanako-chan always was precious to you, so...
Yosuke, it's true that this is a battle you have long desired. But I have something I want to say first.
A battle I long desired?
I thought that there would be no reason for us to fight. Until now.
Huh?
How dare you? Calling your Nanako-chan in that intimate way!
Yes, sir! I'm sorry, sir!
Looks ready to kill me. I bow as deep as I can just so I don't have to see his bloodshot eyes. Oh god, it's horrible. If only I had a camera so I could show him this later.
Forgetting Nanako-san for the moment, it seems like there's someone here besides us. She can't use a persona, so I thought maybe she was dropped in here. You?
His eyes turn dead and he raises his sword.
Why would you forget Nanako?
That's ridiculous! I mean, come on, Nanako-san really likes you no matter what. She's always telling me how you're such a nice big brother and how you're so cool.
I just want him to calm down so we could talk. Maybe if I avoid talking about Nanako, I could steer this conversation in some other direction.
Yosuke, enough. You always talk to Nanako? Why? Where? What do you mean by always? What was the precise date and time when you spoke to her?
Oh crap, I was lying, I'm sorry.
You were lying? Are you saying that Nanako doesn't like me? That she doesn't think I'm nice or cool at all?
Why are you so hung up on that? For heaven's sake, I'm getting really sick of this crap. So let's just fight. We'll get this over with, okay? And then we can both calm down and talk like rational people. I'm not gonna hold back at all. I know you can take it. Anyway, here goes.
He's not going to listen, then I've got no choice. I'll get him to fight me and bring him back to his senses. It's a better use of my time than trying to talk him down anyway.
Sorry, Nanako-chan. Ha! That Nanako-chan. What a dummy, right?
That's it. Your life is forfeit.
Alright, just as planned. I'll fix you up, partner. But damn, his eyes are scary. My wife just opened the door to my office to let the air-conditioned air in, and oh my god, it feels so delightful. So fucking hot in here. Anyway, I guess the stories don't overlap properly.
The legendary Lady our senpai! The poison is wearing down their stamina! There's confusion! You can't persona! Tremendous blow already! Will this miraculous move turn the tide?
Come get me, son!
Go! Still standing!
Just get
Has the battle been decided? Oh, not bad!
Boom!
Thing locked!
That was a pretty cool remix of Reach Out to the Truth, too. His everyday composed face looks like he's back to his good old self.
Yosuke, are you back to your usual self?
That's my line, damn it! Oh wait, that's right. Did I seem strange to you?
No, Yukiko said the same thing. Oh, wait, so did Chie. Something's not right. Carnivore Chie, Snow Black Yukiko, Sister Complex Kingpin Yu? I was wondering who'd be powerful enough to brainwash all three of them and acting all weird, but is that what's really going on? None of them remember what they said to me before our matches. Oh, they seem to think that I'm the one who's acting all weird. So maybe it's not the case that they're being controlled. What if I was the one being tricked here? Whoa, that means I'm the one who needs to wake up. I hurriedly start rubbing my eyes. Maybe I'm still being fooled. I know I'm acting crazy. You opens his mouth to say
You said
something.
that it wasn't your partner, so that was a surprise.
I'd ever say that.
Yeah.
Oh good, he's relieved. Doesn't show on his face, but I can tell. I guess we're okay now. The you Narukami I know is the one sitting right in front of me. So I told you about what's happened so far. Most importantly, the victim. That is, the student council president that Teddy had kidnapped.
I see. And the reason the Midnight Channel seemed so clear was because that girl was already in this world?
Oh, you're right. I forgot how that worked.
He's right. There are two ways the Midnight Channel appears. Blah, blah, blah.
Looks like our fears were real. There was a victim already. The question is, who put her in here?
I don't know. But whoever came up with this is trying to make us fight each other in the Grand Prix. Maybe they're hoping we'll take each other out, since they'd be no match for 4 Persona users at once.
Even as I say it, I start to really believe that it's true. Whenever I talk with you, it's like my brain just clicks right into place.
No, it's not just the 4 of us. Kanji and Naoto are probably in this too. You saw them on the video, right? If our enemy is hosting this, they've probably been forced to participate as well.
Naoto's was something with an IQ of 2,000. That sounds strong. Kanji's was... Beefcake Emperor? No way! I don't want to run into him! Can't you go on for me? I'm begging you!
You've begged me a number of times already. Can't only the winner move on?
Damn it, he's ecstatic. Inside his heart, he's celebrating, clenching his fists. I know it.
Shouldn't be a problem if you win. Though if you lose against the Beefcake Emperor, you might be in some trouble.
No, I don't want to be alone with him! Damn it! Fine, I'll go. This must be what they mean by you have to cover your ass for the worst.
You'll be fine.
You mean me or my ass?
No, I mean about saving that girl. You can definitely do this. It's in your hands now.
You?
Sorry for talking about my ass so much. No, hey, wait! I mean, I was just a little shocked to hear that from him. Up until now, he's always been the one leading the pack, followed by me. Now he's the one telling me that he's relying on me to get things done. He's trusting me. Sister complex or no, he's still my friend.
Just leave the rest to me, big bro.
I don't think I'm comfortable having you call me that.
Hey, I'm not saying that you're my big bro. It's just, you were going on and on about Nanako-chan a moment ago, so... Oh, yeah, that wasn't you.
I tried to cover my embarrassment by telling a joke, but it didn't seem to help. Ugh, now I'm even more embarrassed.
Anyway, leave this to me. I'll be going now.
Try to leave on a high note by acting in high spirits, so I wave to you and dash out of the music room. Okay, so the stories don't overlap. So I'm guessing that Yu's story is the only one that's actually correct. Okay. Every time I think I'm getting close to the announcement room, I hit another wall and have to take a detour. Finally make it to the 3rd floor, though. And there's another wall, right next to the door to a classroom. More or less an invitation to go inside, right? And to judge from my past experiences, I'm in for another battle. Who's my next opponent? The Emperor? His Imperial Highness?
No use dreading it.
That's homophobia, and that's not cool.
Ah, Yosuke-kun.
Miss President! Booyah! My ass is safe!
I was expecting Kanji, but our student president and Teddy are waiting for me inside. Looks like I caught up with them. There's a ton of stuff that I need to get straight. I start off by throwing Teddy a simple question.
Teddy, what do you A passionate battle with one's life at risk, of course!
There we have it. Yeah, that's not Teddy. Real one would have said all the fly honey bears or something.
Alright then, let's fight. I'll try not to make it hurt too much, but you gotta go down. Sorry, dude.
Looks like you're enjoying the Grand Prix, Yosuke, just like I hoped. I held this Grand Prix just for you, after all. I'm glad you like it, Yosuke.
People have been saying that from the start, and it doesn't make any sense.
It's only in this world that you can be serious about anything. Didn't the idea excite you? Wasn't this the first thing you thought when the Midnight Channel came on? Another problem that'll help me change.
That wasn't...
Can't let that get to me. Teddy's being controlled. Those are the words of whoever's making us fight. But as he continues speaking, it's like he's reading my mind.
There is no enemy. You know that, don't you? That case is over and done with. The days where you could be special are all gone. You lost everything. and you've gone back to your boring, mediocre self again. Since you were having a hard time accepting that, I whipped up this Grand Prix. I'm on your side, Yosuke. That's why I'm hosting this for you.
There is no enemy?
Teddy said goes along with something else. You said it. Yukiko said it. This Grand Prix was for me. Don't tell me. This whole thing is to fulfill my wishes? I mean, I know that Teddy and Rise's personas are special and that they connect to people's minds and stuff. And Rise can do a lot of other stuff too. Is it possible for her to make people hear things that nobody's saying when they're talking? And did she use that power to set up this Grand Prix for me? Deep in my heart, did I really want this to happen?
It's not true. You were so cool, Yosuke. You were stronger than Chie-chan, or Yuki-chan, or even Sensei. You're almost the champion. Don't worry, I'll let you win this one.
You're lying!
What's wrong? Both of you are acting weird.
Forgotten about her for a minute there. Hey, yeah, what about her? She has nothing to do with this. I've never met her up until now.
I prepared that girl as a heroine for you. Let's face it, there's no way you'd get fired up enough to win if there wasn't a pretty girl waiting at the end.
Prepared?
Yosuke-kun?
What the hell does he mean prepared? She's just a normal girl. No way. Teddy didn't push her in here, did he? He didn't get her caught up in this so that I can win the championship and save the dame, did he? It's way too much for me. I stood there with my mouth gaping open, unable to utter a word. No goddamn way. What the hell? I never asked for any of this. How can I want any of this to happen?
That preview on the Midnight Channel was pretty good, huh? It's no surprise since you came up with it.
The body suddenly froze. That's right. Felt it when I saw that out on the TV, didn't I? That it was beginning. Something I've been waiting for, something that would change me has come again.
That's not true!
Try to clear that thought out of my head by shouting, but now that the suspicion has snuck its way into my mind, I know that it's stuck for good. Do I really hate this crazy situation? Can I honestly say that I'm not enjoying it? No, that's not it.
Shut up! You're being controlled! I'll help you come to your senses.
He's not having a good time. Jiraiya, Kentucky Doji.
Final. Fight!
Crunch!
You're not here!
Kentucky Doji!
Go, Jiraiya! Jiraiya! Persona!
I want to catch! Persona! Crap! Sheesh!
Behind you! Come! It's Persona!
Kentucky Doji! Sheesh! Want to catch!
Come, Persona!
Impressive, sir.
Ding, ding, ding. Yosuke's actually a lot of fun to fight with. I think I still prefer you just because Hero, but, you know. Kanji's slow, but he's got a lot of throw moves.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. But what was that all about? Aren't you two friends?
Can't bear the look she's giving me. Not confused, but not judging, so I turn away. I really want to beat up my friends? I don't want to believe it. First I need to ask Teddy here what his real intentions are. Whatever I may have secretly wanted, that's no reason to push an innocent girl into the TV world. Heck, did Teddy really do that? Bite my lip and wake Teddy up.
Ow! That was so mean, Yosuke.
Sorry, Teddy. Let's go back. This Grand Prix is over.
Huh? It's over? It ended while everyone was making fun of me?
Making fun of you? What? You were the host. You had on these weird clothes.
That wasn't the real me. Yosuke, even you thought that was me? We sleep in the same futon every night, yet you couldn't tell a beast like that apart from me.
We don't sleep in the same futon. Wait, Does that mean it's someone else doing this?
I wasn't too sure of him either when I first came across him. I mean, what are the odds there'd be two of someone that crazy looking?
I keep telling you, can't you tell just by looking at me? I'm much more adorable than that jerk. Check out the fur.
I don't want to break it to him, but I honestly can't tell the difference. Wait, back up. Huh? The Teddy on the monitor is a fake? I calm Teddy down and get him to explain things to me. Seems that the General is some copy of Teddy, and the TV world was like this when Teddy got here. What the hell? There is no enemy my ass. Oh, yes there is. Anyway, the reason he's with the President isn't because he captured him. It's because she thought he was the bad guy and was chasing after him. But when she caught up with him, Teddy had begun thinking of himself as her knight in shining armor, so he was going with her to the announcement room. Way to confuse me.
I've been doing my best to get myself unframed. You should have seen what a manly knight I was when I defeated Kanji along the way.
So Kanji's out of the bracket? Phew. I mean, if you're not the host here, then who set this up for me?
You're saying this Grand Prix is for you?
About that,
I try to figure out some way to explain, but some familiar feeling, like a ringing in my ears, knocks the thoughts away. I mean, it's not in my ears, it's in my head, but it's not a sound. It's weak at first, but I know it's getting stronger. It's...
Yosuke-senpai, is Teddy with you too?
Rise!
Near Rise, but not over the school's PA system. For her to be talking directly into my head like this, she has to be using her persona. Maybe it's just me, but she sounds like she's been crying recently, or is about to start soon.
I'm so glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other too.
Oh, I'm here too! And so is Miss President!
Miss President? Oh, you're right. I do sense one more presence there.
Who are you guys talking to?
Sorry, I'll explain in a sec. Hey, Rise, are you okay? The one who's been talking over the PA isn't really you, right?
Of course not. I'm not that big of a ditz. I'm in the announcement room now. General Teddy was watching me, but he left, so I'm using this chance to contact you guys.
Hey, don't do anything reckless, okay?
But I can't just sit here and do nothing. Not while you're all being forced to fight.
Sounds all indignant now, but considering how weak she sounded at the beginning, I know she's just forcing herself to act angry. She must have been scared all by herself. Well, duh. Unlike us, she didn't know if there was ever going to be anyone else coming to help her. I awkwardly recap what I know for
This
her.
Grand Prix might be related to me. Actually, it might all be my fault.
Huh?
What?
What the?
I don't know really who or what that fake Teddy is, but if it's doing this for me, a lot of things start to make sense.
Teddy isn't the one managing this tournament, and that makes all the stuff he said before the fight a lie. But lie or not, it did make sense. I mean, even if Teddy isn't the bad guy here, this Grand Prix is being held for my benefit. I mean, that's pretty much settled. I think I have a good idea of who the poor sucker
Do you
is.
think maybe that fake Teddy didn't leave the room, but actually just disappeared?
Give me a second. I'll search for him.
Rise's transmission stops for a second. I guess is right, then there's a big chance he's already gone. Come on, let it not be there anymore. Rise came back online.
Shadow! That fake Teddy's actually a big shadow!
He hasn't disappeared?
Wow, the size of this one! I think it might be the shadow of someone who entered the TV. But why is it mimicking Teddy? That's what I can't...
What's up?
The person next to you, Senpai. Is that Miss President? Something strange about the reading I'm getting off of her.
Oh, is it because she's not a persona user?
No, that's not it. I don't know how to describe it. Sorry, something's coming. I gotta cut off this chat now.
That's fine, just don't do anything reckless. I'll try to get to the announcement room as fast as I can.
I'll be waiting for you.
The enemy's still around. It's not a good idea if he finds out that Rise can use her persona to contact us. I make sure Rise is actually disconnected before I turn back to Teddy.
Teddy, wait here. Look after Miss President for me.
Gotcha! I'm always up for spending time with a pretty girl like her.
Of course you are. Such a spaz. This is not the time to be fawning over cute girls, even ones as hot as Miss President. There's a bad guy out there trying to destroy our friendships. Maybe he can be so easygoing about this because he truly believes that nothing could drive a wedge between us. Ah, whatever. Whether that's true or not, he did take down Kanji. I can trust him to look after the president. Anyway, now that Risei's checked, there's one thing that I'm certain of. True identity of General Teddy. I'm sure he's my shadow. I mean, he's the only one who would bother setting up this Grand Prix just for me. I don't know why he's come back, but maybe I've lost my resolve or something. I was hoping that he would just disappear once I figured out what was happening, but I guess things aren't going to be that easy. Jeez, the thought of Teddy being the culprit was pretty hard to swallow, but this is even worse. I mean, this is completely my fault. Looks like I'm just going to have to pay my shadow another visit. But just as I make up my mind and try to leave the classroom, Miss President blocks my path.
What's going on? I demand an explanation.
There's no time for that. Sorry, but you can ask Teddy about it.
I heard you say just a moment ago that this Grand Prix is for you. In which case, I gotta ask you as Student Council President. If you're going to the announcement room, you gotta let me come too. You can explain things to me once we're there.
You can't come with me. It's too dangerous. I'm just gonna lay it on the line for you here. That power you saw when we fought is called a persona. And this is no normal tournament.
I'll be fine. I'm plenty strong, you know.
But you can't use a persona. And this isn't a normal school either. How can I explain this?
I'm the one that said I'm going to the announcement room first. Don't be a copycat.
Really?
Huh?
That's not your problem, miss. I'm all ready to give her a verbal smackdown, but the look on her face is so serious that I have to pause. She eventually begins to speak with embarrassment.
What she said over the PA bothered me. All that about how I get in the way. As Student Council President, I gotta have a talk with her about this.
You mean the PA we heard when I first met her? You aren't worth anyone's effort. You just get in the way and cause trouble for the people
Don't
around
let
you.
it get to you. It was just a stunt to make the Grand Prix exciting.
Wait, huh? This Grand Prix is all for me and she just got caught up in it. What's the point of belittling her like that?
Of course it bothers me. I like this school.
She whimpers slightly. Dude, she's like a different person from the confident girl I met before. Ugh, fine, I guess it can't be helped. I am to blame for all this happening to her, but I can't just admit it like that. So I smile jokingly and hold out my
Then
hand.
how about going on a date with me? A romantic getaway in the announcement room.
Yosuke-kun. Alright. You're up.
Whoa, even if she's only going along with the joke, I asked her out and she said yes. Awesome.
Wait! What about me? I want to go on a date too. You can't leave me out.
Oh, sorry. You lost, so you can't leave. Don't worry, though. We'll be back soon.
No! The date slipped through my claws. Miss President, Yosuke is a nice, dependable guy. Not as much as me, though.
Aw. Thanks for looking after me this far. I'm glad to find out you're not the culprit.
See ya. Be a good bear, okay?
Miss President and I leave the classroom together. Teddy desperately tries to follow, but the invisible wall stops him cold. He keeps charging at the wall, but every time he does, he just bounces off like a tennis ball being tossed against a glass window. When he finally gives up, he waves his stubby little arms in despair.
Yosuke, you better not lose. You gotta protect Miss President. And don't try anything funny with her.
Shut up, I'm not you. That Teddy. Well, that's just how he is. Man, I kind of want to smack him, but I'm smiling all the same. Sorry, give me a sec. Invisible walls block the way as usual. I'm starting to feel really anxious, but I can't let it show. Know that it would make Miss President here worry. We're making progress, slowly but surely. I have to keep trusting that we'll get there.
I really like this school.
That was unexpected.
Well, I'm not surprised, since you ran for Student Council President. Good job winning that, by the way. Oh yeah, what's your name?
My name?
I mean, I can't call you Miss President forever, right? I guess your name was on the posters around school during elections, but I tend to ignore those. No offense.
She clams up, so I try to get her to open up a little, but what she says next takes me by surprise.
My name? I don't know.
Huh?
I can't remember it at all. I've been trying all this time, but I can't even remember what I was doing before now. Same goes for my name. I completely forgot that I must have a real name too, until you asked me about it. That ain't normal, is it? I wonder why that's happening to me.
It's probably because you've been in here for a long time. You've seen a bunch of other weird things in here, right?
Well, now that I think about it, the victims who were dropped into this world had scrambled memories with bits and chunks missing. So it's definitely possible that she can't remember her name.
Oh. You mean like those persona and shadow things? What are those?
She seems really upset about this, but it's only putting more pressure on her. She's seen a lot. Maybe an explanation would help her calm down a little. I decide to answer every question she has, one at a time.
A shadow is another side of you. It's what you're not conscious of, or more like the feelings you didn't want to admit you had. Everyone has a side like that, an ugly part of themselves, and most people hate to admit it exists. But if you accept it, it becomes a persona, a power that can protect you.
So you have to accept yourself.
I went through that once, but it seems like my shadow's back. Well, I'll just have to accept it again.
Forcefully, by stabbing it. Sure hope that's all I have to do. Of course, I can't say that part out loud. Talked like I was confident, but in reality, I'm really nervous. How can I be smiling when I'm so worried? It's crazy, right? Look at her and try to gauge how she's feeling.
Sounds rough. You think since I can't remember anything, the same's happening to me?
Don't worry, I'm sure you're just in a little bit of shock right now.
Oh, great. Now I've got her all nervous, too. Trying to cheer her up, I try to play up the good
You
parts.
remember that you're the student council president, right? I'm sure you just need a little help to remember everything else.
You think so? You've been a real big help, Yosuke-kun.
Huh? Me? Did I do something?
Mm-hmm. You sure have.
She finally smiles. It's only a little one, but it's there. Huh? Is this really the first time I've seen her smile? Hot damn, she really is cute. I start to get embarrassed about having faked asking her out on a date, and my feet speed up. Crap, now I'm literally running away from her. Talk about chicken-hearted. Alright, we're going to finish up with this till the cliffhanger, which should be one more fight, and then we will wrap up the stream. Finally, and I do mean finally, we stand in front of the announcement room. This president and I exchange a glance. Then I summon all my courage and throw the door open. Expecting to see the fake Teddy, or should I say my shadow in the room. What? Rise's the only one in here.
Yosuke-senpai!
Are you alright? Where's the shadow?
You mean the fake Teddy? He hasn't come back at all. I sense this weird presence, but I don't know what it is.
Rise looks around nervously. I look around too. I haven't been in the announcement room that often, but I can tell that this isn't anything like the real one. The room is huge, with monitors everywhere. Not to mention the giant window taking up an entire wall with a crazy view outside. Yeah, this is Crazy Town, alright. But what's this weird presence that Rise's talking about?
What are you freaking out about? This is your chance to save a pretty girl and become a hero, right, Yosuke? Huh?
That's Yosuke-kun's voice.
I slowly turn in the voice's direction. There was no one there a second ago, but now suddenly there is, and he has my face. His inhuman gold eyes narrow in a taunting way. Haha, looks like I was right.
Hey there, Yosuke.
Yosuke-senpai's shadow?
Man, this isn't getting any easier. At least I can confront him without freaking out like I did last year.
I thought you merged back with me. I'll come out anytime you start ignoring me. I'm always watching you. I am you, after all.
This is a shadow?
Yeah, that's right. You're me. You're the weakness in my heart. I admit it. Now get back here.
Blurt it out before I have time to get second thoughts. This should do it. Then the shadow starts laughing instead.
Not bad, but that's exactly what I mean by ignoring me. You haven't changed at all since then. You just cover up whatever you don't want to see and paper over it. That's why I've returned. I'm not your persona anymore. Don't tell me.
Hold on a sec, does that mean... Forget logic, it's faster to just try.
Jiraiya!
My nervous voice fills the announcement room, and that's it. My persona, Jiraiya, doesn't appear. Instead, the shadow begins laughing even harder.
No way.
So you really are?
To be honest, I was still doubtful. I'd hoped that he wasn't my shadow. I mean, of course I didn't want to believe this Grand Prix was for me, but then I wasn't having fun. My shadow's right. All I was doing was ignoring the problem. Fist clenched, my knees locked, my entire body shakes.
Because I was weak? Is that why everyone got dragged into it? Yep. Because I wanted a crisis to solve again. Because the case ended and I was bored? You got it. I'm sure you understand without me having to tell you. I couldn't save Saki-senpai. I didn't want to ever lose someone again. But I still wished for this.
I was proud that Inaba was peaceful. I thought that I could finally be proud of putting Saki-senpai's death behind me. And yet, was I really faking all of that? In the end, am I just a loser who puts his own boredom over the death of a loved one?
Senpai.
I could hear the quivering in Risei's voice. No, this isn't true. Don't look at me. This isn't me.
It was all your desire. Trust me, I know. I am you after all.
I could feel myself ready to fall to my knees. I can't use my persona anymore. I thought I had changed. But now I've literally lost everything. Don't say it. I have to accept it. My mind knew what to do, but my heart still raged against it. Even before I knew what I was saying, the words were flying from my mouth.
You're not.
No, Senpai, look at me.
Lift my eyes to look at Risei. There she was, with Miss President standing next to her. It was tough seeing the looks on their faces. I look away quickly, but Risei scolds me.
No matter what weaknesses you might have, we'll never stop liking you. So please, don't deny who you are.
Why'd you have to get in the way?
Here, I finally got in touch with the others. Listen to them.
Risei closes her eyes and folds her hands as if in prayer. See the elegant shape of her persona appear behind her. That instant, voices pour into my head. These are...
Moron, what are you saying? Who do you think we are?
Yosuke-kun, we heard everything. But there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
I don't really get what's going on, but if it's gonna keep showing up, you just gotta beat the crap out of it every time.
We're all with you, Yosuke. You can rely on me too, you know.
Anyone can fall prey to the same troubles and insecurities. It's not just you, Senpai. It's true for all of us.
Everyone. The vision suddenly clears. I didn't even realize that I was squeezing my eyes shut.
Naoto? How come you're here?
That's well...
Who cares why? There's more important stuff at stake here.
After Chie, the clearest voice of
You
all.
won the battle against yourself back then, but you can't do it this time? Yosuke, believe in us.
When I hear my partner's voice, I draw a ragged breath. I take deep breaths, not noticing until now just how much I had tensed up in the last few moments. Risei, the bringer of these voices, turns to me. From the smile on her face, I know that she expects me to feel better now. Even though she has to be scared right now, she cares enough to smile for me when I'm feeling down. That's right. I finally realized the simplest truth. The biggest difference between the person I was last year and the person I am now. Now I have friends that accept me, even when I doubt myself. How could I not believe in myself? How could I be so too weak to stand up? They're all believing in me. I'm not alone. Not anymore.
I'm such an idiot, aren't I? A grade A moron.
Yosuke Hana moron. Raise my head and look straight at my shadow. Any trace of the fear I had is completely gone.
I thought I overcame my weakness and I was done with it for good. Dude, how naive was that, right? What? I'm weak. I'll probably always be weak. But that doesn't mean I need to run away. I'll keep fighting my weakness. And I'll do it as many times as it takes, even if that never stops.
My heart was calm. I was conflicted just a moment ago. Now everything has been made clear. They believe in me. Knowing that, I feel their faith in me pushing me forward. I feel the power surging in me. The force filling my spirit causes me to shout
Come,
out.
Persona!
But that shadow's still there. That was kind of a cool moment. I like that.
Finally.
Oh, it's even got the gold eyes. That's cool.
Still up! Behind you! Persona! Go get him! Go, Jiraiya! Come get me! Oh, crap! Just getting yikes!
Ow.
Do or die! Come get me! Yikes! How about this? Welcome!
And I believe this is going to end up in a cliffhanger. So.
You did it, Senpai! That was awesome!
I let Risei's adulation wash over me. But there's something bugging me, something that can be really bad for me.
About my conversation with my shadow. Did you?
I hijacked the school PA system.
I knew it. Everyone had been backing me up because they've been hearing everything I'd said leading up to
Only
it.
you saw my shadow last time. Now everyone got to listen in? Ah, so lame.
That's not true. You were really cool, Senpai.
Thanks.
Miss President looks like she's having trouble finding words for this. Damn, she's horrified by me. Can't blame her. She was left out of the picture. Well, explaining it to her can wait. I need to do something about my shadow. When I turn around, my shadow isn't there.
Where did he go? If he disappears, won't my persona... Wait.
Something's not right. I used my persona during that fight. My persona's my shadow, so if my shadow left me, how could I have used my persona? So I'm struggling with that. Risei speaks up.
Something's not right.
Her voice is firm. Did she just think of the same conundrum that I did? No, that's not all. There's an eerie presence all around. Even I can feel it. Must be hitting Risei like a jolt of electricity. Can't let my guard down yet.
Yeah. Risei, Miss President, stay close to...
Right at that moment, the lights go out and darkness covers the room.
What the hell?
I can't believe you've made it this far. They repeatedly suffered the pain of fighting their friends, but they still didn't lose heart.
The lights came back on. When they do, the fake Teddy is standing there. Why is it looking like that now? Wait, is it the one talking that weird voice? Fake Teddy ignores me and looks at Miss President.
No one can understand you after all. What a shame.
Who are you?
Then you weren't my shadow?
I want to make people fight. I especially want friends to fight against each other. Then maybe they'll understand how I feel. That was your wish, wasn't it?
What are you saying?
What does this mean? What does it mean this was my wish? What's with that voice? Wait a minute. It's not talking to me. Then you mean...
Senpai, get back! The shadow's reacting to Miss President! It was really her shadow!
What?
You can feel my brain cracking open like a dropped watermelon. That's Miss President's shadow? But it just said it was my shadow. But now that I think about it, this General Teddy has always been hostile to her ever since we met outside the school. That would explain Risei's voice in the PA system, too. Well, duh. If a normal person's in here long enough, of course your shadow's going to split away from her. I should have known that. After all, that's exactly what kept happening last year. This president just looks so healthy that it never occurred to me. This is just... As if to mock my astonishment, the shadow keeps talking in General Teddy's shape.
I did exactly what you wished. So, how did that work out for you? They still couldn't understand you. No one can really understand how we feel, can they? Come on! How much longer are you gonna keep deceiving yourself? Didn't you hear them say you shouldn't ignore who you are? Here, I'll show you your reality.
With that sound, the enemy finally shows its real form. which I think is going to be that cutscene again. Yep.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
That's the same. Even though the shadow has the same face, her body is wrapped in metal. Miss President screams at what appears to be something from a sci-fi flick.
Well, you must remember now. No, I'm not like that.
No, Miss President, calm down. A shadow doesn't just take on your appearance. You look like a twisted version of you to agitate you even more.
No.
Tried calming her down, but my words aren't reaching her. She just keeps shaking her head in denial. What's going on here? Shadows are things that exemplify what their originals want to be. Never heard of them transforming into other people. Shadow sees my confusion and smiles.
It's an illusion.
Huh?
It's an illusion. Isn't that what you thought when you fought your friends? Your senses were being deceived, warping what you saw, twisting what you heard.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other. Is that your power?
Not just mine. It's actually our power. Isn't that so? Me.
Our? What is she saying?
I'm not like you. I'm human.
Miss President crouches down and says the words that are always bad. With that, the shadow's smile grows even more menacing and it snaps its fingers again. At that moment, something like TV static flashes across my eyes. Rub my eyes. Static doesn't cover my entire field of view, but slowly begins to focus around the president. When it clears, Miss President has changed. Metallic limbs stretch from her uniform. Something metallic like wings unfurl from her back. There's no doubt she's the same as the shadow standing in front of us. She cries out and tries to cover her ears. But when she does, the sound of metal grinding against metal accompanies her movements. I see myself reflected in the shiny metal of her fingers.
Robot?
So that means the shadow isn't some fancy fantasy version. That's her true self. So Miss President was the one trying to look like a human?
No! I'm... You still believe that about yourself? No human can do that. And you know it.
Shadow points at me, and I'm at a loss for words. I look around, but in the end, my eyes meet hers. We both fall silent. In those few seconds, I can feel a deep rift growing between us.
No, don't get me wrong. I was just a little surprised.
I'm human.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Whoa! Suddenly there's an explosion so loud I think my eardrums are blown out. Smoke makes me cough and my eyes tear up. I manage to focus and see a hole in the wall. I can barely see through the smoke, but I can see the hallway on the other side. Eventually the smoke clears and a shape steps through the hole.
What the? I didn't sense anything until now.
It was a girl. Blonde hair, blue, crystal-like eyes. But there are metallic sounds as she walks.
So this is where you were.
Another robot girl?
It's another girl with a mechanical body, just like the Shadow and Miss President. She looks at the trembling president and calls out.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be. Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris.
Labris? Weapon? What? What is going on here? To be continued. Okay, so that does confirm at least one thing. There is a canon route through the game.
To the Velvet Room.
Which I think means we're going to have to do Teddy
dream and reality.
And probably Naoto. And then once we finish Naoto, we can go back and finish it off with you. So, but we've been going for about 4 hours, so I think that's pretty good for the stream. We are 18% complete in the game. We're not going to complete this game. We're just going to do enough to get the story.
Is the power to control one's own heart.
Shut up,
And
Margaret!
The heart is strengthened through bonds. As you form bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually develop. The power of these social links is what will determine your persona's abilities.
Shut up. Okay, so, We are going to be streaming on Fridays going forward, so make sure to tune in for that. I imagine that this game will probably take maybe 2 more streams at most. Depends on how quickly the story modes go. And then I'm going to look up to see whether or not Ultimax actually is important. I don't think it is, but we'll double check. And then, depending on that, we'll go on to Dancing All Night. And it'll be great times. So, hope you join me for that next week. And also, for everybody that's watching the stream, we are going to be streaming Civ 6. Not everybody in the Character Select cast, but a lot of people in the Character Select cast. We're going to be streaming it Sunday afternoon Eastern Time, right here. So please come check it out. Hope to see you there, and have a great night.